Welcome to episode 64 of Both Down, the #1 Blood Bowl podcast.
In the realm of Kabul.
And that is Scott Prime. This is Steve, a.k.a. Kilowoggy. And how's it going, Scott?
It's going great.
How do you like that? We actually just smoothly went into the whole episode.
What do you mean?
Normally we're like, I'm so-and-so, and...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was trying to be smooth.
So, you know what's so special about this episode?
True 5-year anniversary?
No.
Is it not, though?
No.
Because didn't we release, like, January? I thought we saved up, like, 3 episodes.
No. The first year we released in, I believe, December. Because we had we had 2 episodes that came out before Oklahoma Bowl.
Did we...
And Oklahoma Bowl that year ran in January.
It was?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember
The
that
very
at all.
first year we did Oklahoma Bowl, it was ran in January.
Wow, I'm horrible. Okay, so I bite. What is so special?
It's a double year of Prime. 2017 is a Prime number. I'm going to turn 43. It's a double Prime year. The look on your face is... You're so happy. You can't contain it.
I have no words. I just have no words.
It's a double Prime year.
How many more of these do we have to go through?
I don't think you have to worry about the...
Because 44, 45, 46, I mean, we're good.
Yeah, you're probably good for a while. I think we have 10 more years after this before we get another Prime year.
Okay. Well, that's good. Hopefully we're still going by then.
It can't bother you that much.
No, it doesn't bother me now. It bothers me when this shit's still going on in November.
I didn't say I was going to do it all year.
I know you didn't say that, but
I'm just pointing out facts.
Okay, well, good to know. So what's been going on with you?
Let's see. I can't remember how much we've discussed last episode, but our league at home is wrapping up. If we can get the last few games played. The league
neither one of us are in the finals.
Yep.
That's the first in a long time.
Right. And for the first time ever, we have the guy who, because in our league, we have, most of us run 2 teams. Mm-hmm. And we have a guy who finally did what has never happened yet. And both his teams made it to the finals. So
yeah, I was unable to beat him.
Yeah.
Stupid freaking Nuffle. I mean, it was horrible.
Humans versus your Chaos Dwarves.
My really good Chaos Dwarves. Yeah, well. Who couldn't do anything.
So we have Chaos Dwarves versus Chaos Dwarves for the 3rd place game. And then we have Humans versus Lizardmen for the final. So should be interesting.
Yeah. Yay.
So you might ask, you might be thinking, how's this guy going to play himself? Well, he's not. We have a rule set up where really the guy who he beat to get to the finals, which should be Steve, should be playing the lesser value team.
Yeah, I don't
but
like that
Steve
rule.
doesn't want to do that. So as the commissioner, I'm going to play him and give my best shot at beating his butt in the final. But it doesn't matter. He's got 1st and 2nd locked up either way.
Yeah, he gets it either way. So,
so congrats off to Scott Hess, the #1 necro coach in America, who's been on the podcast before.
He's gone with us to tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, he's doing well in the Dragonfire Blood Bowl League.
Yeah, I would say.
But what's exciting is the Kabul.
Yes.
Want to explain what that is to everybody?
Central Oklahoma Blood Bowl League. It's our first ever store league that we're running. I guess technically I'm running.
And so far, in 1 week, it's gone really well.
Yeah, 1 week down, we're doing fine. We had a league night on Wednesday, and we had 3 games going. Not a lot to some people, but it's a lot to us. And we had 1.5 games outside of that played, because you played on Saturday, and I was going to play, but
somebody didn't show. Right?
Yeah.
And we won't mention any names, Jeff. But
but and another guy wanting to schedule for tomorrow, but that's our regular game night. So
it's great.
It might happen, might not. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's going really well. We have oddly 2 other leagues possibly starting. One at New World, which is a game store around here that they've run leagues before, but and then one at Games HQ, which is like the big game store here, but there's no information anywhere. They posted something on their Facebook, and then I emailed the place, and they got no response, and there's nothing at the store.
They're following in the steps of Games Workshop. They announced they're going to do a league, and then no.
That we can get into later.
I don't want to get in trouble for bashing Games Workshop.
I have no problem. So, I guess one interesting thing that has come up with Blood Bowl locally, or for us, is the fact that we're trying to do Pod Bowl again for the second season.
Right.
And you tried to enter the league with the 4th edition team.
Now, hold on a second. I'll explain myself.
Please.
Many, many, many moons ago, when I first started Fumble, they were playing LRB 4, and they had these weird teams, these stunty teams like the Squid Herders and these other things. So I made up that team long ago. Truth is I wasn't going to play Pod Bowl this time around because I'm unlike everybody else loves making a new team and playing a new team like every season. I don't like to retire my teams on Fumble. I've never retired a team. And
you pixel hugger.
Is that what that's called?
People who follow the community and saw that thread can.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but
someone was on there complaining about people who care too much about their characters.
Oh, okay.
And I go, yeah, it's called fluff.
Oh,
but
well then,
I didn't get into the next 400 comments, so
guilty as charged.
Exactly.
So I made up that team long ago. Never played one game with them. So when the Stunty League came around, I was like, I don't know if I want to play because I want to play with my same team that I started.
Right.
And
because it's all about growing and seeing how it changes.
Oh, my team's not very good. It's just I wanted to play them again.
Yeah.
Same thing with the one time I played in the 3-Block Highlander League. I played a Norse team, and we played like 2 seasons, and then that league went under. They still have one going, but they had multiple leagues at the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so, to me, some of those teams just die. So,
I get it.
And I don't like restarting teams. I like thinking of a team name, and yeah, I'm a pixel hugger. So anyways, when I saw that I had a team already built for the league, I was like, well, let's see if this will work. Well, then he told us that we had to remake our teams. Or to the few people that made teams up already. He said, follow this link. And he said, everybody's needs to go remake teams except for me and Matt from Pitch Invasion.
Right.
So I thought, oh, great.
So you're fine, yeah.
I'm fine. So then he starts the league, and me and you tried to play last night, and it says it's incompatible because we're playing with 2 different rule books. I'm playing with LRB 4, and you're playing with the current set of rules.
Yeah.
So
it happens.
I bit the bullet today. I remade the team. It really bugged me, but I came up with better goblin names. So
good. Well, that's something. Looks like I'll be joining the NBFL, taking over the Chicago team.
So when I was a part of that, you wanted nothing to do with it, and now you're going to join the NBFL?
My hatred of Fumble has lessened somewhat, and I kind of was like, yeah, I might be interested in the next thing I knew I was in. So, that's fine.
You must have talked to Jeffro.
I did.
He's kind of good about that.
He is.
You need some ice? No, we're okay out here. We live in an igloo. Okay, well, I'm going to get you some ice. All right, well, we got some ice, honey.
Got a lot of ice. But I'm fine with it. It'll be fun.
So what team are you taking over?
I don't know what it was, but now it's the...
You can't even remember.
Chicago Kodiaks?
Okay.
Chicago? I forget what.
So you messed up the word Chicago
and
then added Kodiaks.
Yes.
For your Bears team.
Yes.
Okay.
Which fits. I mean...
And what race?
Norse.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to die, I'm sure. But...
You might not.
It's one of my favorite teams to play, so...
You're in probably an awful division if you have Happy Grew in your division.
Yeah. Nurgle.
Is the Slan team... Okay. The Slan team's still... Yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun playing against really good coaches. Maybe I'll get better.
That's true. You'll either get better or you'll lose a lot.
Well, I'll just lose a lot. I'm fine with that, too.
So, that's awesome.
I was talking to one of the coaches, Matt, and he's like, so what's your goal? You know, what's your hope for the team?
Did you say?
One win.
Yeah.
Just one. That's all I care. Well, you can do better than that. I might, but I just want one. If I get that, I'll be happy.
Just communicate to your opponents. Somebody will always forfeit a game. Therefore, you will win at least one game.
Awesome. I can do that.
So.
Okay. So you want to get into the actual episode now?
We can if you are. If you're ready.
If I'm already?
If you are ready. Okay. Is that what I said?
Sort of. That's okay.
If you are ready.
Yeah.
That's an hour.
Do you want to get into the game? And you said, if you are.
Oh, I did.
Ready. It's fine.
Okay. I'm sorry.
All right. So
sorry, me English bad.
Me English very bad. Me bad at English? That's impossible.
Is that Ralph Wiggum?
Yeah.
Oh, God. He has some great ones.
There's a dog in the vent.
My cat's breath smells like cat food. Good times.
So,
yes.
Welcome to the Simpsons cast.
Yes, let's talk about some Blood Bowl today. What do we got on topic, Steve?
First segment, we're going to just kind of go over through new developments with Blood Bowl. Kind of things that have come out, things that are coming out, and what we are doing with said knowledge and information.
Okay.
Secondly, we're going to be doing our Downies, which is our look back at 2016.
Yay.
And our experiences thereof.
Which, yeah, we probably should have done in 2016, but we didn't, so...
We wanted to make sure the whole year was done, just in case.
Yeah, we like to encapsulate... We're like the Golden Globes. We like to encapsulate the whole...
Yeah. You never do an award ceremony during it.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And then the final one will do some tournament talking about upcoming tournaments and tournament series and stuff.
Awesome. Sounds great.
So we'll end this and we'll be right back.
Both Down is brought to you by Wizards Asylum, your premier source for comics and games in Norman, Oklahoma. Check them out online at their new home, wizardsnorman.com.
Welcome back, and this segment we're just going to kind of go over some stuff with Blood Bowl that has recently been announced or released.
The news!
Blood Bowl news.
Lay it on me, dude. I've been trying... I really don't go into Blood Bowl forums like I should.
You know, that's it's kind of annoying sometimes.
Well,
you make a comment, and then 500 more comments later.
That is why I've tried not to do that. There's so many great paint jobs.
Yeah.
For those listeners out there who are displaying your paint jobs and naming your teams and like saying like, this is my new team, so many of them are like really great fluff-wise. And
it's great that most people seem to care. You know, it's like, this is actually my team instead of just, oh, I got a human team and it's a human team named Human Team.
Right. So I really am happy to see a lot of that. Sure, I wouldn't say like every team's both down approved, but there's more approved or would be approved than I thought there would be.
Right.
And the paint jobs are incredible. You guys make us look like terrible, terrible painters.
Well, I just got rid of all my paint, so that's fine.
Well, you are a terrible, terrible painter.
I am not.
I
did fine. I just don't have time.
You're slightly above better than my children.
I will cry right here. I'm not that bad. I just don't have time to devote to it.
Well, I haven't painted in maybe a year and a half.
Dustin would get a better use out of it.
That's true. All right. So what do you got for me on news-wise?
So first, let's just go over some of the stuff that's been released.
Okay.
So what the heck is their names? Crumbleberry and Grack.
This is the ogre that can kick the halfling instead of throwing the teammate.
Now, this was available at Warhammer World on January 2nd.
For a tournament?
With a brand new Zug.
Was it during a tournament? Or was it just available then?
Just they wanted to have people come down and rub it in their noses. We can't go.
Okay.
Which I'm pretty sure that's the only reason that happened. So first off, name-wise, do you recognize either one of those?
If I remember right, there was a ogre in first and maybe second edition called Grack or whatever. Grack and Grackle. I mean,
Grack and Grack Gorthag.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is actually his second time in print. He's one of the second ed ogres.
Right. He's the one. Well, not that everybody knows this, but he's the miniature on my Chaos Pack team.
For the ogre. Yeah. And if you go to Traveler's Blood Bowl Miniatures website, you'll see there that he has them named. It's in German, but he's updating it. So
that's cool.
So I thought that was neat.
Now, Crumbleberry I do not recognize, but I think I recall somebody saying he's a first edition guy or something. I believe
it's second edition as well. I think he's in the Star Player book, one of the Did You Knows.
Oh, okay.
Bartweed Crumbleberry. He's the halfling leader with 26 touchdown receptions.
Okay.
So it is kind of neat that they went to the fluff.
Then why didn't you...
Why not just give him full names?
Yeah, why don't you give him the full name?
Maybe they do on the cards. I haven't seen the card. Like, we've seen the rule, but we haven't seen the card. Speaking... I don't have the rules brought up in front of me, or the cost, or... Way too damn cheap. And the rules broken.
I think
we just agree on that?
I think they were $210K.
Right, for both of them.
And
Grack has +1 agility. So he's a 3 agility ogre.
Right.
Ridiculous?
Maybe I'll get into my commentary. I really don't want to turn this into like... I don't hate Games Workshop. I really don't.
No, we don't. However, we have issues with them.
I love a lot of their properties, and I enjoy a lot of their games. And if I could afford more, I'd buy even more of their games. But yes, I don't... Here's what...
There's no way that was play tested to be equal for gameplay. If it's just a one-off, hey, if you want this character, here he is, and these are optional rules, go ahead. Well, you take that guy to a tournament, he's broken.
Well, one, the ogre has 3 agility. Mm-hmm. So I would never kick the halfling.
No. You give it to the ogre.
I'd
walk down the field.
Put the ball in the ogre's hands and walk down the field. You're right. Mm-hmm. The miniatures look amazing.
No, they do. They really
top-notch, amazing. I don't know if the scale creeps there where they're larger than any other halfling ever created. I don't know any of that stuff.
Look horrible compared to other ones.
Right.
But again, those are sideline figures, except they have rules. No, I guess they still stay on the sideline, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not too upset with that.
But the models look amazing.
Yeah.
So no matter what, if I don't have to fight for it or fight for it on eBay or trade one of my children for it, I will eventually pick this miniature up because I like it. I might use it somewhere else. Now, what I don't like... And this probably sounds like an old grumpy guy. I think it's cool that they're releasing stuff. They're just not giving us any time to order it or try to get a hold of it. And everything feels just like it felt when I had Blood Bowl back in 1989, 1990, where I would walk into the game shop and I would discover some new rule for Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
And then everybody in our league would get excited. There was 3 of us. And then we would adapt in the middle of our season to these new rules. Mm-hmm. Crumbleberry and this Grack they can play for any team for 210.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
That's insane.
I think it would be cool if he just played for ogres and just played for halflings, but whatever.
Right. Or they're doing a lot of things that are not balanced whatsoever. The play cards, not balanced.
See, I haven't even paid attention to those. I know that, but then some new ones got released.
We haven't seen those.
Okay.
But yeah, they're going to be. But just based on $50K for one deck and $200 for the other one, we know they're not balanced.
I get that.
But that's fine. If you want to just have stuff for fun and you put it out, okay. But when they're game pieces, they need to be play tested against the actual game they're used for.
I still say, I don't know, but I think Andy and James, who are in charge of Blood Bowl, might be the only two guys doing anything.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
And I mean that in a respectful way, meaning that they're told, like, we want to sell this miniature, set out some rules for it.
I think they do a great
they don't
job.
I don't know how they have time.
They don't.
They don't have time to play 50 games. But in the future, if they listen, the Blood Bowl community would help them.
And I know they have probably reached out to some people, and they can't say.
Sure.
But if you reached out to people and asked them about this guy and the little guy, and it's going to be 2K or 210, there's not a single one of those that doesn't go, whoa, that's way too cheap.
Right.
I mean, just an ogre with +1 agility is, what, 190?
Right. And the agility doesn't, if I remember the rules correctly, it doesn't factor into anything for him kicking him.
Yeah, I don't remember what the rule was, but...
I don't mind it fluff-wise being kick teammate.
No, I like it.
Just make it the same rule as...
Same exact rule.
Same rule as throw teammate.
Because he's picking up the ball and he's kicking him instead of throwing him. Yeah, exactly. Or picking up the player.
Right. And it's just, we can fluff it out in our head. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, there's no need to add additional rules.
I mean, if you want to say that give Crumpleberry another armor and then make him, when he gets kicked, he has to roll an armor for getting kicked.
Yeah.
If you want to add something different.
But then again, why would you do that?
It's a cool release. I can't wait to get one eventually.
If we can get one eventually.
I just don't like these little rules sputtering out.
Well, that's another thing.
A little bit at a time. But that's just me, and I'm hoping like by March, April, that there'll be like I'm not going to say the word correctly. Compendium for everything released up to this point. Yeah. Even if it's in a PDF form on their website. I think that would be amazing.
That's something that we'll have to talk about when we get into tournament stuff as well. Because all of this kind of throws a shadow over how to create tournaments now. And we'll have to get into that then.
Yeah, we'll talk about that there. What else is coming out?
So another thing, just to throw out quick complaints, is just put stuff on the website. Be a real company and let me buy stuff on your website and ship it to me. I want mugs. I want T-shirts. In fact, they did some... have you seen the Bob and Jim ale that they did?
No,
it's like
I did not.
Beer.
Okay.
It's Bob and Jim's beer.
Okay.
Bugman's Best or whatever. And they did T-shirts for those.
That's
I have
awesome.
a guy in England who lives by Warhammer World who's gone multiple times to try to find those T-shirts. Nobody there knows that they exist. One guy said, yeah, we had them, but they sold out. Then another guy's like, well, we should be getting some more. Or they'll be available on just nothing.
Well, maybe we need to accept that it's possible that they have like a trial audience at Warhammer World, and if that stuff sells out, they go, okay, everybody likes this, let's make more. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't understand. They're a giant company.
Right.
They make the best miniatures in the world, but I don't get it.
So let's move on from there.
Okay.
Zug. New Zug model.
Looks amazing.
He does look amazing. And he shows, in their photo, he's got a ball. People are complaining about that. But I saw someone make him without the ball, because it comes with 2 different hands.
Oh, that's cool.
And he looks even better with no ball. Because he's like charging forward with a fist. And it's like, yeah.
This Zug model looks amazing compared to like the art. Now, the artwork in the book is... I'm not knocking the artist.
No.
The artwork is fine. It just doesn't feel like Zug. It feels like if Pitbull was Zug.
Well,
so I
really still has the chain and everything in the model, so that's cool.
No, I really love this model. So that's pretty cool. I did see people saying like all these star players are coming out with balls in their hands. That doesn't bug me.
No, because they're star players. I'm fine with that.
Because they're star players. They're rarely going to get on the field anyways.
And I get their point that they're not going to have the ball usually.
I get that too. But at the same time, it wouldn't bother me if the only players holding the ball were star players. You know what I mean?
That actually makes more sense, yeah.
I mean, I get throwers have the ball. So
no, I get it. I like
this and that.
I love my vampire team, but when I've got three guys with holding their head and holding the ball or whatever, it's like, well, what are you doing, dudes?
Yeah.
There's not three guys on the field with the ball.
Doesn't bother me so much.
But it's aesthetic.
If anything, a lot of these models, Grack and Zug, they're really dynamic poses, which are awesome.
They are.
Don't get me wrong, but I'm a guy who I don't like feet off the bases. I like that kind of static pose where they're standing there ready to play football, not mid-motion. But I hate the old...
That's kind of a blocker.
What is it, the fifth edition Griff, where he's kind of leaping forward? Hate that miniature.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely hate that model. And it's...
Looks amazing if you have a friend paint it up for you.
No, it looks amazing.
But I agree with you.
I'm just saying, sitting on the field, it's a very weird pose, yeah. So that's just preference. I think our buddy Trumpkin over at Anything But a One said something very similar, that he didn't like the poses with her leaping off the bases and stuff, and I agree with him. But that's, for every person like me, there's another guy who loves those dynamic poses, so that's fine.
I guess I'm good either way. I do like the dynamic more than the static. The static is generally for like a blocker. You know, they're blocking, so they're standing there. I get that.
Sure.
Or stars showing off, like the unreleased Zug with the helmet raised.
Sure, I'm more accepting to it being star players, just like the ball in the hands.
Sure. Than
I would be for a regular Blood Bowl guy. But the new Zug looks amazing. I wonder how big he is compared to the other models.
If only there was a way that we could actually get these players that are released and see for ourselves. That'd be nice.
Don't complain about GW.
Even just the day of,
I
say,
know. I totally get
it's
it,
going to go on the website here, or you can get it here, whatever. So anyways, that same day, there was a meet and greet with the designers and everything. So some more information, and this has been confirmed. We will see the dwarves in January.
Oh, that's cool.
So they're coming out at the end of the month.
Okay.
It's going to be plastic box set from GW.
All right, I'm in.
We're going to get the goblins in April.
Okay.
Which seems like a weird fourth team to put out. I don't hate it, but just odd. They'll probably go with Death Zone 2. That'll have goblins and secret weapons and stuff.
Halflings,
I would guess.
Maybe. Yeah.
Orcs and humans are going to get separate releases for their sprues. Not really sure what that means.
Separate releases for like additional sprues?
I don't know.
Buy, like,
I'm hoping
the positionals that we don't have?
It'd be nice. Plastic Ogre is done. Might be released in January. And the Plastic Trolls finished as well.
Okay, that's
so they
cool.
are going to put those out. They're currently sculpting an obese character for the Skaven.
Okay.
So, Smash Rip, the original.
Senior, the fat one. That's cool.
Even though we have a really cool model of that already.
That's fine with me, though.
I'm not complaining.
Sure.
Let's see. Dwarves will get Grim Ironjaw. He's currently sculpted.
Okay.
Dead Zone Season 2 is coming in April with 2...
Not Dead Zone. Death Zone.
Oh, it is Death Zone. Yeah, it says Dead Zone. No,
that's
Season
a Mantic
2
game.
of the Dead Zone, the TV show.
It's also a Mantic game, Dead Zone.
And a movie.
Oh, okay.
And wherever my phone is out in the wilderness.
Okay.
It's always a Dead Zone.
Gotcha.
It's coming out in April. It's going to have 2 Skaven special characters in addition to others.
Ooh, that scares me.
So, well, we know Glart Smash Rip is going to be one if they're sculpting an obese guy.
Sure.
And then who knows?
Yeah, well.
I would assume Fez Glitch.
Fez Glitch, that'd
because
be good.
he's a secret weapon as well.
Right, and he'd fit in with the goblins. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Even though we have a really cool Fez Glitch that we got off at some tournament. Or
I don't know where I got that.
I got it from Talk Fancy Football.
Yeah, somebody did it for a tournament, but it's an amazing model.
But yeah, he's got...
Yeah, mine's painted
He's got
up
a
ready.
goblin in the ball that he's swinging around.
Yeah.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
There's going to be a Skaven booster done in resin, but with styles to match the plastic. It's going to have 2 to 3 new gutter runners included.
Okay.
Yeah. Skaven and Dwarf board is being produced now and will be released soon. And apparently the snowboard is going to be restocked.
So if you're selling them, sell them now.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to sell mine. Speaking of, you got that for Christmas.
I got one for Christmas.
Thanks, Jason Casebolt. And apparently the last thing that they said from that day was Blood Bowl has done better than all GW expectations.
We could have told you that.
Yeah. I understand. They have to protect their own self-interest, so you have to underplay it to begin with. But there should be plans in place.
I'm accepting of it for now, but I will say this. If they would have produced more, like very simple things like Skaven dice, snow pitches, people would have bought a lot more, and their sales would have been through the roof.
Yeah.
Instead, they've helped secondary people who picked all those things up and sold them on eBay or traded away for them. But whatever.
And maybe it does help the game because it generates interest, which generates buzz. I don't know.
There is some of that. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But some people really want to collect everything, though, and if you make things...
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, I am a hardcore collector. We know this.
Oh, yeah.
And I am friends with a couple other hardcore collectors. None of us live in England. All of us are losing the desire to be hardcore collectors because we just can't get all the shit. And it's fine. You know what I found out today from an unnamed source? I can order the pitch and the stand-up directly from GW, $60 each.
Oh, the ones they were auctioning off at the stores? Okay.
But $60, they're cardboard. They're promotional. Why is it that much?
Well, you must really want one if you...
I didn't know. I passed.
Well, no, I get it.
But here's the thing. I passed. I had the option, and I passed.
I want the game to succeed.
Yeah.
I really understand some of the stuff being kind of collectibles. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, if you told me for, like, the Blood Bowl Championship, or every time there was a tournament at Warhammer World, that there was an exclusive card, or even exclusive color set of dice,
yeah,
I would be jealous, but at least that would make that special.
Mm-hmm.
But stuff like the Skaven dice were so scarce, I think they could have sold so many of those. And I've talked about this on a previous episode many times.
I don't even know if they were scarce, just there wasn't as many as people wanted.
I'm just saying they could have sold a lot more.
Yeah.
Even people amongst our store that didn't buy the Skaven team wanted those dice. Mm-hmm. And they just wanted them to play so they could get an extra set of dice for their kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And they didn't get an opportunity because they couldn't. The stores couldn't stock them.
Of our league, like right now, we've got, 12, 14 people signed up?
Uh-huh.
And of the people we talked to, most of them would have bought a set of regular D6 in any other color. Just straight out.
Yeah.
Because it would be nice to have a different set of D6 that don't match the block dice you have because you can't tell them apart.
Which is funny because when the game got released,
mm-hmm.
I thought that was awesome. But
playing
is. More and more with that, though, a lot of times you grab the wrong pair of dice because they're just not the same.
That's why I've learned to mix them up.
Right.
But, yeah.
Something you learn. I mean, it's still fine.
So
any other
The
news?
final thing, we are recording today.
January 9th.
January 9th. And the final thing was just released today. Blitzmania. The International Blitzmania Blood Bowl League has just been announced.
International Blood Bowl League?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Starting February 4th.
Okay.
So just under a month to get those teams painted and brush up on those tactical plays. The Blitzmania League is a fully worldwide event.
Okay.
Set to be hosted in over 1,000 independent locations across the world. So you should never be too far from a home stadium. You don't have to play in the store, though. You're more than welcome to play at home or in a club and report your results afterwards. A dedicated league website is on the way very soon where you'll be able to register your team and see where you sit on the global league table once the games kick off. So, you better get thinking of an awesome team name if you haven't got one already.
Okay.
The hell. I love the idea of getting independent stores excited and
Maybe
running
it's just
stuff.
a game day thing to get people to participate.
Sure.
But
play at home?
Dude,
Okay, you and I are going to play 43 games, and I'm going to win 43 games by a score of 5-0 every time.
Then you'll probably be the number one player in the world.
No, because someone else is going to waste more time doing it.
It's possible.
We don't know.
I don't. Okay, so
once they get it set up, well, I'm sure there'll be more rules. But
okay, but still, that's like 25 days away.
You work at a game store.
That's
Have you heard anything about this?
No. He hasn't mentioned anything. He hasn't said my Games Workshop rep is telling me about Blitzmania. Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Blitzmania? Okay.
No, this was just released, so they'll probably get information this coming Monday, which then gives us 3 weeks.
Okay, well.
Okay, and also, let's see. Does it say what your build total is? No. Does it say what rules you're using? No. So they're going to put out an exact wording of the rules that tells us exactly how to play. Do we include cards? Do we allow piling on? Is it required, or is it at...
Well, piling on's dead.
Well...
It's any form, but...
Unless you play in any NAF tournament.
Well, let's not get into that.
Right. So, yeah, this has basically just been a segment where Steve gets to bitch about Blood Bowl, I guess. That's what it really sounds like. I'm happy the game's out. I'm happy to see all the renewed interest. It's great. I don't want to seem like a fuddy-duddy. We live in 2017 now. How hard is it to give us information? How hard is it to be a worldwide company that has locations in every country you can probably think of, that I can't walk into that store and buy any product I want? I don't get that. And now word is that GW locations are not letting people run tournaments there. And
why would that be?
Because Blood Bowl's not being supported enough? This is all secondary. I don't know for sure. But
okay, I don't know if
at least somebody on the community was stating that their store was told by GW that they didn't want Blood Bowl being ran there.
Maybe
it's
because...
a lot less money.
Well, no, you're right. Because you could buy just theoretically one team, one box set, and you're done.
Mm-hmm. Don't even need that. Just buy one box set and you're done.
Aren't most Games Workshop places fairly small stores?
Yeah.
So with the new edition with the bigger board, you can't fit as many games in the shop. I don't know.
Isn't that the truth?
We'll worry about it as it comes. It just...
I'm so old and grumpy about Blood Bowl.
You are grumpy. I totally get it. I just think there's not enough time for us to get this to smooth out. We want it smoothed out sooner.
Yes.
But we've been in the community for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And people like
it really, I feel
Andy
like
and James, who are in charge of this, they've been doing other projects until the last year and a half. So
I think this is how my parents probably felt if they gave a damn about me, which they did, obviously, but whatever. All the potential and just not bothering to do the work.
Yeah,
you know?
I get that.
And again, it's nothing on the people running it. We both feel that they're extremely understaffed for what they're being asked to do.
And one of my criticisms is I don't understand. I do, but I don't. This Forge World relationship where you're going to make this and sell these online because I guess they get more money then if I go buy directly from them. I get that. But you release so many things through Forge World. I know we live in 2017 and most of us have a computer and we're not we're not like our parents who are scared to buy something off the internet. But there is a percentage of people who are only going to walk in the store and buy a team, buy a new Star Player miniature or whatever. They're not going to go to Forge World.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. There was nothing in the box about Forge World, was there?
Nothing at all.
Like
I don't believe.
Coming soon to Forge World?
No, they didn't release anything coming soon anywhere.
So,
except, I think in the Death Zone book, it said something about probably Season 2 coming. I don't know.
I'm just saying there's... if you even go to Blood Bowl,
Yeah.
You will not see Crumbleberry and Grack. You will not see...
Or if you signed up for
Zug.
the Blood Bowl email, you will not ever receive a Blood Bowl email.
They have to be getting overwhelmed.
Sure.
Two guys are in charge of something that it's just hard to do. That's all. I'm going to give them that excuse. They have the whole year to work it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know...
And Warhammer Community's email address is still 3 months behind on contacting me.
Well...
You know.
Oh, well. The good news is it sold out better. We have some really cool stuff coming. It's hard to get right now, so we'll see. I totally get it, though. If I was a super collector like you, I'm a casual collector, more casual than you, and it's frustrating for me. It's like, I'm not going to go fight people over the people that run out to every store and gather up 6 pairs of dice.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. So, if you are on the Blood Bowl community site, you notice that there's a thread about, well, somebody's put this on eBay. I don't really care that people do that.
Yeah.
I get it. You find a toy or a collectible at Walmart or somewhere, you buy it, you go resell it. I totally get the process of that, the supply and demand. What I don't like is when people get online and say, like, look at what I got, and then make me offers.
Right.
And just don't straight up say, like, I have this, it's $40. And if you don't want it, tough, I'm going to eBay or whatever.
No problem with that.
Or just secretly put it on eBay and move on with life.
Yeah.
I totally get it, but I don't get it. It's almost like a look at me thing. And that drives me...
a lot of that is, yeah.
And that drives me nuts. So that's another reason why I stay off those community things for right now. But I get it. It's just...
It's just frustrating.
I just don't want to fight people over things that should be fairly common or,
Yeah.
A Zug model, hopefully they're going to make a whole bunch more so we all can get that.
You would think. It's not like I even need them. That's part of the thing is, as the collector, there was a finite number of Blood Bowl stuff that I could get, and I was about there. So now that it's open, and there's things that I'm not going to get, or even things I don't care about. Like the Full Beard Cup card. It's cool, but I don't care. I'm never going to use a card.
Right.
So, I don't know.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people like you
Yeah.
who would want to own every model.
Yeah.
And they got to get that product out so we can help them make more money so they can make more models. You didn't mention this, but I think somebody did. Or did you mention that they're hiring a new sculptor?
I did not mention that.
I swear I read that somewhere that
Could be, yeah.
that they got a new sculptor to come on board so there's more people. So
Yeah.
a lot of positive things. We're just going to have to let it grow, have some weird growing pains. It hasn't been around for a while, so let's all be patient. Even though I know it's hard because it's our baby.
Yeah.
But
Does feel that way.
Let's just be patient and give them a chance, and then maybe they'll rectify and change some of these little weird rules and stuff. But it really does feel like 1989, 1990, where every time I flip through a White Dwarf, there's new rules.
Like I said, we'll continue that when we can talk about tournaments. Right now, we're going to end this segment, and then we'll come back with the event of the year.
Dun, dun, dun.
The Downies.
All right, we're going to be talking the Downies of 2016.
Such a horrible name.
It really is, but it's
I posted like on Facebook, we're doing the Downies. I'm pretty sure someone was like, "What the fuck?" No, it's fine. It's both.
But
down.
there's people like Siggy Lama who really embrace the term Downie.
Yeah,
and are proud if they win one of these
awards. It sounds better than a Bothy. Bothy sounds like we were both giving you oral or something.
Or what? Like drinks?
Yeah.
2 drinks going down your mouth. That would be hard to swallow.
Some people do it.
I mean, like, I'd have iced tea and you'd have a Dr. Pepper, and that'd be nasty. Yeah.
God.
Yep, so that's why they're called the Downies, folks.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So these are goofy, silly awards. And really,
I don't even know if they're awards. They're just...
It's just kind of a look back at our year.
Yeah.
So...
Since there's 2 of us, we go for the top 2 or bottom 2 of something.
Right. So, overall, before we go to the awards, how was your 2016? Or did you even look at your 2016 overall?
I forgot most of it, and then I went back and looked at my spreadsheet, because I have a spreadsheet that has every team I played and what day it was and how I did in the tournament and why I picked the name, what the name, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
Because I'm anal. And I looked back and I'm like, oh, this was actually a pretty good year. I forgot about that. This was fun. But up until then, I forgot.
All right. Well, I kind of wrote some of my stuff down too, but we'll go through the Downies first, and then I'll talk about the year that was 2016, because I don't want some of the answers to kind of cross over ahead of time. So, first off, let's start off with the top 2 tournament trips that we were on.
Chicago and Iowa. I don't know that it'll ever not be Chicago and Iowa.
I have the same thing written, which there were 2-time winners because that's what we said last year.
Of course. I mean,
it's probably the fact that it's a long road trip.
It is.
We get to
and the people we get to hang out with.
We get to hang out for the whole weekend, converse with friends, play some board games, eat some weird food that we maybe normally wouldn't eat.
If you can go to one tournament every year, as much as I'd love you to come to Oklahoma Bowl, you got to go to Chaos Cup. It's just everybody stays at the hotel. We have a blast. We get to see everybody. We have so many friends that come from that, and we just look forward to seeing every year. So
I might not make it this year.
You say that every damn year.
No, this year I really might not make it.
You say that every year.
It's on a weekend. I have my children.
Oh, you can't switch one weekend.
I'm sorry. I love my kids.
Yeah, it's one freaking weekend. Your ex will switch with you one weekend. And anyway. No, I don't love my kids. That's why I don't talk to them.
That's better. At least you admit that. So, yes, Chicago and Iowa. I will immediately say that I do not enjoy the tournament rule set for 3-die block because I don't like skill packages. That's just me. But that's their rule set. But I love the trip. I love hanging out with Chance and Drew and Tim and all those guys. And, it's a good, fun little trip, being down by the college campus and all that. So
it's always a blast. All
right. Top 2 tournament themes of tournaments you attended.
Okay.
Now, some tournaments don't have a theme, really, like 3-die brawl. I mean, not really a theme.
Or Oklahoma.
Oklahoma has a tad bit of theme, but not much.
Not an everlasting thing.
I agree. I'm just saying that, but there's some that are super heavy.
Sure.
So I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. My favorite was Buccaneer Bowl, just because we got to play on a ship and use the wacky rules.
Okay, well,
it's a small tournament, but it was a lot of fun.
I'm going to agree with you. That was my number 1.
And I think, it implemented the theme well because, he had a treasure chest and a guy dressed as a pirate. And
right. It was a small event, but, the swaying of the ship was really cool. It made you really think about your rules. It was very simple, and I mean, and it led us to playing Pirate Bowl at home with the old pirate rules and everything else.
I'll come up later for something.
What's your second?
That was yours?
My number 1 was also Buccaneer Bowl.
What's your second?
My second one is kind of cheating. It's not really cheating. It's a tournament we attended. Nuffleween 5. I love... Two of my favorite tournaments that we've ran in the past is Critter Bowl and Nuffleween. It has just a twinge of randomness in there that I love. Nuffleween, of course, this year had the zombie wrestling feel to it.
That kickoff table.
I enjoy the fact that you lose skills every round some way or another. And I don't know, it's always one of my favorite tournaments. It's never like heavily attended, but it's never lightly attended. So it's just like a good group of 14 to 16 guys, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
So, Nuffleween 5 was my second one.
My second was Royal Open.
Well, see, I didn't attend that one.
I know.
So.
But
that's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. He had crowns for the certain places. Michael really wanted to get a deed to his land that ended up with a crown for being a princess. Pretty princess.
He got the Princess Award?
I don't remember. I know I got Royal Junker for coming in last, so I got a really crappy crown.
Yeah, well, that's because the team you took was terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a lot of fun. that also was a good trip and a really cool store to play at, and getting to hang out with Joe and the wife and all that.
The tournament that did make it, I'm a big fan of Rock Cup.
Yeah.
With the made-up star player, but I didn't attend it, so I didn't put it on there, obviously.
Yeah.
Top 2 tournaments which leads us into this. Top 2 tournaments not attended.
Rot Cup. I mean, I really wish I would have gone this year.
You didn't go? I thought you went. Did you not go?
Neither one of us went.
Oh, I thought you went and I didn't go.
No, that was
Didn't you play a tournament?
That was Bugman's.
In a brewery that was really late?
Bugman's.
I thought you played 2 tournaments in
No.
in that place.
No, I didn't go.
Okay, well, I missed Rock Cup. I really thought you went. I don't know why.
No, I think I was doing overtime or some bullshit. I mean...
No, I think you did have that. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, missed Rock Cup this year. That sucks.
It would have been really nice to go to, and always like seeing the guys hanging out. So.
And what was your other one?
Full Beard Cup.
Oh, in England.
I mean, I'd like to do...
That's a good one.
I would love to make it out to ACC. I'd love to make it out to Four Diamonds Cup. Or, a lot of the things I hear about where I donate to, or, Thrud Bowl or stuff like that. Or really, Sweden. That would have been a ton of fun in the castle.
I didn't even think internationally.
Yeah.
I should have.
But just to be at the first officially ran Blood Bowl tournament of the new set, that would have been really cool.
That's a good one. One tournament
runner-up is Jonas's at the castle.
Sure.
I mean, that would have been awesome.
The Braft. That's the draft thing that Drew does for the second day of 3 Die Brawl. During the time when I was going for my 24, I did not want to play in it because it was not NAF approved. Mm-hmm. Now that I've kind of got that out of the way, I don't know. I always think I don't want to do it because it scares me. And then after I hear about everybody playing, it's like, golly, I wish I played. Because I have all the miniatures. I could take them and draft,
Yeah. And of course, it's no offense intended or anything.
I still want to do it.
It's not my thing. I don't want to.
I want to try it one time. I want to try it one time, whether it's at Gen Con or up there in Iowa. I know we always drive back that day because of work situations, but one day I want to hit it, and it'd be better really for me if it was at Gen Con, because then I could play. I'd be at Gen Con and have all the board games and everything else there. So, anyways, top 2 Blood Bowl things you acquired last year.
You want to go first, since yours is probably not as exciting as mine?
Yeah, because you have everything.
I do not.
You have mostly everything.
I have a lot, yeah.
One of the things I acquired last year was at Chaos Cup. I was digging through some stuff, and I found a Lucky Luke miniature. The unicorn that had, I guess, a low release print run or something like that. And then I'm showing Steve, and he says, "Oh, I need that."
Yeah, it was awesome.
And then I was like, "But I found it." And he's like, "Yeah, but remember all that stuff I gave you?" And I'm like, so I had to give it to Steve.
Sure did.
But then
you didn't give it to me. I had to buy it.
Okay.
You allowed me the opportunity
I still
to buy
acquired another one after that. So I'm very happy that you helped me find it.
Okay, thank you.
But I still had to pay for it.
Well, yes. But I think it was cheaper than what Tom was charging.
Yeah, maybe so. So finally got Lucky Luke. So maybe one day I'll get him painted and put him on my Champions of Law team. My good team. Since
you started there, I'll say that one of mine is an odd acquisition. It was also from Tom at Chaos Cup. It was the ogre in a bag. It's an unopened ogre.
So weird.
I know. It's because I'm running out of things to get. But it was an unopened ogre in official GW bag that was reused from the Lord of the Rings stuff. And it even had like a little ad for New Line Cinema on the back for the Two Towers or whatever. And Tom's like, yeah, I got that direct from GW when they were doing stuff. So it's an official GW bag.
I'm going to tell everybody you just stuffed that in a bag, and then I can believe you.
I don't care. I believe me.
What was your second most thing?
Oh, that was probably second. My favorite. I just went out of order because you did that.
Yeah, there's no real order here.
It's
a Downie.
True. I got another first edition booster sealed.
Ooh.
So
that's probably hard to come by.
Yeah.
Like really hard.
Ogre. So
I'm going to try to open that some night.
I have the ogre. I have if you look, it's the brown packaging, and I've got BB1 and BB2. So I'm sure there's at least BB3 out there, which good luck finding that.
So if you have that, Steve wants it.
Yeah, so I got the sealed first edition Ogre in booster. If you have that, if you have BB3 sealed, let me know. I will gladly trade Scott for it.
I think we got this one this year, but I think it was at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
We talked about it earlier. The Fat Skaven model. Didn't we get that this
I believe
last
so,
year?
yes.
But at the beginning of the year, I wanted that. I saw that many years ago from somebody that did it at a tournament, and I know that was like a recasting of it or whatever, a new print run of it. So I was very happy to get that, which was supposed to be Glart Smash Rip from first edition. So
who has the Really Abyss?
Right, from like second edition.
Does that mean we're gonna have a Really Abyss special power?
We might, as a mutation.
Yeah,
could. Might just be one special power for that one guy.
I'm sure.
Let's not worry about that. We can give Downies for those things later. Top 2 favorite podcast moments. Maybe not your favorite, but your podcast moments that you remember really well.
One was recent. One was a while back.
Okay.
So which one do you want?
Let's go with your recent.
Dustin.
You're talking about, was that the stinger at the end of the last podcast?
I loved that.
That's
I had so much fun doing that. And I finished it, and I'm like, this is the greatest achievement I've ever done in podcasting.
Mine would happen to one of mine is the story that began the Legend of Spoon. It was a night that, if you don't remember, you can go back and listen to the podcast, or the wrap up of Oklahoma Bowl, and you can find out how Grant Hallis became Spoon. And that's all I'm going to say.
That is all you need to say, sir. My second was us doing Pirate Bowl. Actually recording the whole episode of us playing with pirate rules, using our pirate theme teams. Dumb as it was, I have absolutely no idea how many people listen to that. Because I'm sure it's probably not the greatest entertainment.
Sure.
But it was just fun. It was an excuse for us to do something goofy.
I guess my second one is a fairly recent one. It's when we kind of had to do the re-intro for the podcast. You know, the new release of the Blood Bowl came out, and we thought it might be time to kind of reintroduce ourselves because we might have a new audience of players.
Okay, yeah.
So our reintroduction of
the
podcast, I think we called it 62.5 or
something
whatever.
Like that.
I know we got a lot of downloads because you can tell that there's a lot more people out there in the world listening to us. And it's kind of like awesome that this game was a dead game that we played for a while but had a good hearty, pack of listeners, and now we kind of like, we better make sure everybody knows who we are and where we came from and everything else. So that's kind of cool. That
it was kind of a culmination of it all coming together.
That the re-release of Blood Bowl and just getting ourselves back out there again.
Our 5th anniversary,
close to the 5th anniversary. Yeah, it was really awesome. So
that's neat.
I'm pretty happy about that, and I'm glad that we have so many new listeners, and I hope you guys stick around and enjoy our sports role-playing game.
Yeah. And if not, go screw yourself. We just lost like 10 people.
There's like, yep, I've been waiting for an excuse to leave anyways.
Okay, fine. I don't like those gingers. Me.
All right. So, top 2 for Downie. Personal achievements of last year.
In Blood Bowl or general?
I guess it's Blood Bowl because since it's a Blood Bowl podcast. I know I didn't specify.
I figured as much. Okay.
Sure.
So, they kind of go hand in hand together, so I'll just do both of mine.
Okay.
The first one is getting 40 players Oklahoma Bowl. We had like 46 signed up. I sent out swag packs to who knows however many extra people. It was awesome to have that many people. Really hoping to get 50 this year, but I've kind of dropped the ball on organizing.
There's been a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, there has been with the new league and the new release and everything else. So,
okay,
but that was awesome. And to go with that, doing our first 2 custom star players.
Those are pretty cool.
Crom and Roddy. Both are really awesome.
Roddy Piper.
Had a lot
and
of
Crom Dung. Yep.
Crom's completely sold out. I think you can still get him on RN the Studio website probably.
That's such a beautiful miniature.
Oh, it really is. And then Roddy is just awesome.
Yeah. Both good, two good personal achievements. I guess I was...
And, we've talked for years wanting to do custom figure, so it's just cool to be able to do it.
I remember when we first started doing tournaments, and I was like, that tournament gets to do a custom figure. How awesome are they? And we got to finally do it. So
yeah. Not nearly as expensive as those
was more of... I was thinking more of achievements of playing Blood Bowl.
Well, I didn't have much of that, so...
Oh, okay. So, winning an award at Chaos Cup. If
I ever do that, I'll let you know.
I know I kind of worked the system with the ogres and everything else, but you still got to do it. So I was happy to do that.
I'm really curious if we took up like a bus of 18 people.
Okay.
To Chaos Cup.
Okay.
Am I still going to be the only one who does not get an award?
Probably.
Every year. Every year.
This goes back to, if you listen to the early episodes of the podcast, we had Alan, our buddy Alan, on, who won Stunty Cup one year at Chaos Cup.
Which was awesome.
And driving back, he was like, it's just Stunty Cup. And I was like, dude, you know how much we killed just to win an award at Chaos Cup? Because there's only a handful of people that can...
2 years ago, when Steve had the worst record...
And still
didn't get the wooden spoon. I would be. This is why I would be happy with that. I would have gotten an award.
Sure, I get it. And only a small percentage of people there. If there's 80 people there, 10 or 12 get awards. So I was really happy to get
also
the Chaos Cup award, and maybe I did it just in time. As piling on might have got nerfed.
That's very true. But it's an NEF tournament, so no.
Well, we'll see what happens. Back-to-back tournament wins.
That was very good.
Surprisingly, I went down to Diablo Bowl 2 and won the tournament, and then went up to Emerald Cup 2 and won the tournament. I took the same team, very similar roster builds, managed to win both tournaments, first place and outright. I mean, there was no ties or tiebreakers. It was just 2 outright tournament wins, which was pretty cool. Just to be able to say I did that. So
it's very good.
So good stuff. Speaking of achievements on the field, top 2 Blood Bowl games of the year.
My best one was probably the final of the Buccaneer Bowl, just because I was sick as a dog. I was feeling horrible. I was going up against he's a new coach, but he has played online a lot, so he was really good.
Yeah, his first tournament was not like our first tournament.
No, not the same at all. So he's really good, and just everything. I mean, it was hard fought, and I had a couple of lucky boat movements that got like there's a turn where I got like 3 of his people off the pitch, which was just awesome. So that was one of mine.
Nice. One of mine. That gets a Downing. I guess I give him part of the award, my opponent.
Okay.
It was Michael Lewis. This was playing in the Emerald City Cup final. It was my Necro team versus his Underworld. I know I was really probably a poor sportsman, but it really was, well, gets intense. I get mad at dice.
Of course.
Anyways, we've been over that many times, but the whole game was pretty epic, and Michael coached an Underworld team to, if it wasn't for rolling a 6 on an interception, that game would have went to Michael. So it was just
it's close,
really solid, fun game after it was all said and done, and to win the tournament and beat a good coach like Michael is quite an honor, so.
My other one is only good in the aspect of I got revenge. So at Spiky Cup, my first game with
my
Kemry,
second one was almost a revenge thing, but go ahead.
At Spiky Cup, my first game with Kemry was against Matt McMatt, and he destroyed me. Even before I had to turn, I had 3 people out of the game or something. Something insane. And the whole time, he's just like, it's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. Yeah, sorry. It's just how it goes. Yeah, I just wasn't having it. It was a horrible game. And I came in, I think, 4th or 3rd in that tournament, even with that loss. But that was horrible. So then, I got to play him at Diablo Bowl.
Uh-huh.
And he did not have a good game. I destroyed him. And it felt so good. So good. You know it's good when the other player is just like, fine, just whatever. You know what, just go. I don't care. Just finish it. Just like, finish me off. And you're like, no. You will die by my sword at my time. So yeah, that was fun.
That's awesome. Mine was almost a revenge game too. As I was almost going to put my game against Wes from 3 Dot Brawl, because last year he had those little like Play-Doh bug people that were Chaos Dwarves, and then this year I got to beat his Amazons with my vampires. But truly, I kind of went for like, I don't know, it was a fun game to me, even though I ended up tying it. It was my vampire team, or the spiders at the time, but the vampire team versus the dwarves of Tim Lyons at 3 Dot Brawl.
Okay.
We met in the second round. I think it was the second round. Maybe it was first or second round. Doesn't matter. We tied. It was he was smashing the crap out of me. But it was, I heard his runner, so he didn't have his runner in the game, but it went kind of back and forth. I mean, not really back and forth, but momentum kind of shifted back and forth. But it was a 1-1 game. Really tight. It was nice to tie a really good coach with a good team. So that was my game of the year. Second game of the year. So
that's cool.
Okay. This one should be fun. And I'll just get mine out of the way right off the bat. Top 2 worst games or tournament experiences of the year. So I'm going to go to game 5 at Chaos Cup, my Ogres versus Skaven, when I couldn't do anything to break armor.
Okay.
And then game 6 at Chaos Cup, where my opponent would never pick up his players or try to even beat me.
Yeah, that game 6 almost makes my recap. I mean,
so I won the award at Chaos Cup. I was happy, but I barely won the award.
Right.
And games 5 and 6, I think I got a total like 4 casualties for that second day at Chaos Cup. It was awful.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm glad to get those 2 games out of the way, and I never had to do that again.
My worst experience was also kind of one of my best. I mean, that Buccaneer Bowl, I was so sick that whole time. I was not feeling well. I just was not wanting to be there. Now, I won the tournament, so I'm glad, but I didn't want to be there. I just wanted to be at home. I just didn't want to do anything. And then in a tournament that shall not be named, against a player that shall not be named, I did not enjoy having to play someone who the whole time was just like, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. See what I did? See what I did? Look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. See what I did? See what I did? Hey, everybody, look what I did. Hey, everybody.
I'll never do that again to you.
Yeah, thank you. But no, every once in a while you'll play someone, and it's just them, so I can't say much about it. But you just really want to go, shut up. I will smash you right here. I would have quit the game if I was able to. I basically
Oh, really? Is that bad?
Yes.
Okay.
But I basically did the sort of honorable way of quitting, of just not playing. It's like, okay, well, I move up here, and my turn's done. Go ahead.
I got you.
It was not fun.
I understand. Top 2 races based off your tournament play. So, top 2 team. I'm sorry. Let me start over here for this Downie. This one's a weird category, but we did it the year before. Top 2 races based off tournaments you played and never want to play again for a while, or maybe never want to play again. Mine were Ogres, because I played them at Chaos Cup for the second year in a row in some form. The year before I did Snotlings with just Morgan, Brick Farth, and Grotti, but it's still an Ogre team, and then playing them again. My Ogre rating is so shot to hell. There'd be no way in the million years I could get that thing above 150. You know that challenge that everybody wants to play every team and then get them above 150?
Yeah.
There's no way possible unless I start a new idea. But so Ogres, I'm done with them for a while. And then Chaos Pact. I played them a couple of times last year in different forms when I was going for my 31 out of 31 teams and playing fluffy teams. I played them once as a Chaos Human team, and then I played them once as a good Champions of Law team. And while I did okay with them, I'm just tired of playing with them.
Okay, so do we have a least favorite races category? What is this that?
We have a top 2 races played this year,
but not least favorite.
So this could be least favorite. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I don't know why we had the long name to begin with.
That's
but
why
that's
I got
what
confused. I took Stunty Lizardman team, and no, never again.
I told you that when you were going to take him. They'll
know,
be fun.
but it seems like fun.
No, they're not going to be fun. They're never going to be fun.
No, I had Crocs and I had Sleebly and
it's not gonna be fun.
It was horrible. So no. And then, surprisingly, Undead.
Really?
Undead's not my thing. It's okay. I took vampires to tournaments twice and enjoyed that more than playing Undead.
Okay, that's odd.
What do you do with an Undead team? You get the ball, you walk down the field.
Right.
There's not much improvisation.
Okay.
I like speed. I like being able to do stuff. I don't know.
Sure. That's fine if it's not your cup of tea.
And it might just been I had bad skills or just really hot tournament or I don't know. It just wasn't my thing.
Okay. So Undead and the Stunty Lizardman.
Yeah, Stunty Lizardman.
All right. They get some Downies.
No bueno.
They're probably really happy about that.
I don't care.
All right. Top 2 races played this year for you. It's out of team races you have played.
I enjoyed Camry.
Really?
I only got to play 3 games, but I look forward to going back and playing them again.
Okay.
And, it helps that my team looks really nice. So I have that going for it.
Right.
It's just fun. They're bashy. I know it seems like I just complained about that with Undead, but going into Camry, you don't expect them to do anything. So I'm not expecting,
unless you're Sam Boyer and you're an amazing Camry coach and you expect to do well at Chaos Cup every year.
Exactly. Sure. But other than that, I just enjoyed having the big guys and hitting people and going, I don't know. It was just kind of fun.
And your other team?
Oh, I'm doing both now?
Sure.
Okay. Pro Elves. I enjoyed the crap out of that.
Really?
I really liked Pro Elves.
Where'd you play Pro Elves at?
Buccaneer Bowl.
Buccaneer Bowl, okay.
So the 2 blitzers with Sidestep and taking Jordell Fresh Breeze.
Oh, that's right.
Now, it helps a lot. I took Jordell. Right. So in a different tournament where I don't have him, it's probably not the same. But that's pretty much what I'll be taking to a Oracle Cup.
You're taking Pro Elves.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I really liked that, the combination.
So the Downie Awards for my 2 top races played this year would be Necro, because I won 2 tournaments in a row.
Yeah,
so
you think?
And honestly, I guess I'm copping out on this second answer because I had kind of equal fun with the vampires and the halflings this year, but I'm going to go with vampires.
Okay.
I played them only once up at 3-Dot Brawl, but I had a lot of fun with them.
They can be a fun team, yeah.
They're a little bit more challenging, and the rules for Nuffleween where I played the halflings, kind of people losing skills kind of helped out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I'm going to go with Necro and vampires.
Okay.
All right. This is probably maybe one of the biggest awards from us.
Has to do with food, isn't it?
It sure does.
Okay.
The top 2 places we ate at last year for tournaments or trips or whatever. Who does the Downies go for?
I'm guessing our number 1 spot is the same place.
Is it Giordano's?
No.
No.
No, honestly. I didn't enjoy it last time.
Really? Okay.
Like, it was okay, but it didn't blow me away. That's yours? Because you hadn't had it in so long?
Dude, we went to Giordano's, and I just ordered a pizza with every topping I wanted on it, which I think was like 6 different toppings.
It was a lot.
And I devoured 3 slices of pizza, big, thick slices of pizza.
Which is not like, don't think slices of pizza like you know.
These big pieces of pizza pies in about 9 minutes.
It was insane.
Because I hadn't had pizza in like months. So yes, it made one of my... It receives a Downie for one of the top places I ate at last year was Giordano's. So who's your number one?
The sushi place in Chicago.
That's also on my list.
And
there's no rhyme or reason.
Just mainly because of the people. It was fun. They remembered us. Yeah.
Yeah, in Chicago, that place is amazing.
But they remembered us. They are just good people. And
the chef came out and he gave us some suggestions.
He was in our
He took a picture with us. Yeah, great time.
And the food, it's got a little bit of a different flavor to it. Like, it's kind of... I had some rice here at the Thai place next to the store and kind of had the same taste to it.
Okay.
But those are like the only 2 places that have that. So it's just a little bit different flavor to it.
Well, so we agree then, at least on one of them. So what's your other place that you really enjoyed eating at?
I don't know.
Huh.
I didn't have really a second.
I thought you would like that pizza place that we had at for the 2nd year in a row at Iowa. I could be wrong on that.
Did you? You don't remember what I got there, did you?
No.
Yeah.
Did you get something bad last year? I got something
last
amazing.
year was okay. This year was not.
Oh,
good.
that's right. You got cheese sticks, didn't you? You were the fool that got cheese sticks twice.
Yes, because those are not cheese sticks. That's cheese bread.
I'm sorry. I had a great experience there. So
Yeah,
both
I did
times.
not.
So maybe I was just.
This wasn't a good year for Steve traveling and food. I really enjoyed coaches with the guys after Nuffleween. That maybe put that there.
Hideaway, you mean?
Yeah, Hideaway. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a great place.
But yeah, we had a lot of fun just hanging out with the guys. Not a giant group. It was a lot of fun at Oklahoma as well, but we did have a giant group, so that was kind of harder to get to hang out with people.
That's good food too. So
yeah. So no issue there.
So pizza and sushi is what we have on our list.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 2 fat guys no matter how much weight we lose. Mm-hmm. All right. And then we had a listener. I guess you asked this question off to Facebook today.
Yeah.
Had
a few responses, but...
So top 2 things about the new release of Blood Bowl that we're the most happy about, I guess.
My main thing is just the influx of new players. Bringing life into the tournament scene, league scene, all that. It's good to have new people.
I have that. And generally, that's what I have too. The new game for new players.
Okay.
Because this breathes life into those guys who say, oh, I always wanted to play, or I remember this, but I got rid of my stuff, so now I can play again.
Yeah, we've had people around the store who've talked for years like, oh, eventually I'd like to learn. Well, now they do. Now they have. They bought the game and they're playing. And then my second is I think they're called Teams of Legend in the rules. Is that what those were?
I totally forgot about those, but yes, the Teams of Legend.
Those were awesome. I really wanted... I mean, eventually we're going to have to do one of those ourselves.
Oh, I'm down anytime.
Yeah.
We can play it right after we're done doing this podcast.
I just meant actually make some too.
Oh, make some Teams of Legends. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are really cool. If you're not familiar with those are back in the Death Zone book. There's a Bright Crusaders team and a Orkland Raiders team, and they have some little special rules, and every player on their team has at least one skill, star player skill, and there's exactly 12 players each, and they're equal value.
Yeah, it's not like a team creation thing. I mean, it's an actually made team that's that actual team from that actual time. So that's very fluffy. It was very unique way of doing it, and I really liked it.
That's not bad at all. If there was, I almost wanted to lean towards the Death Zone, but not all the fluff was new. It was kind of some of it's
wrong.
Some of it's wrong. Some of it's new. It's still really fun to read. I read it from cover to cover, but I'm going with the snow pitch because I really wanted that really bad when it came out, and then there was none available.
Yeah.
And then my store couldn't get any, and then it was $8,000 on eBay and everything else, and then I got one for Christmas, so I was really happy. I don't know why. Good. I don't need a pitch.
It's because it has a snowman on it.
Because it has snow weather rules, which I love, crazy weather rules.
That's true.
And it has snow on it, and it's just cool. It's neat to have. I hope they make more kind of like that.
Yeah.
But with plenty of quantities.
Yeah. Or just jump on it. I mean, it was easy to order at the time. If you knew it was out. If you knew where to order.
If you knew it was out and knew where to order, sure.
And you had the money at the exact time.
That's all right. I had my guy at our store talk to the rep, and the rep said he didn't know anything about it. So
I doubt 100% that our rep listens. Our rep is horrible. He doesn't know jack.
Oh, I don't think so either.
I hear from other places, they said you can just straight up order pitches and stand-ups from your GW rep if you want to have them for your store. And our friend that owns the store asked the GW rep, and he's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Right.
Same with the Winter War pitch for the tournament stuff. It's just like, this guy knows nothing. But whatever.
So there you go. There's your Downies for 2016. It kind of wraps up our year.
Yeah.
So did you have anything else to add to your year of Blood Bowl? I mean, it's kind of more of us traveling to the tournaments and playing tournaments. We don't really talk about the games we play with our friends at home.
More of a nebulous idea than a concrete thought of, with it being winter, with not having played in a tournament for a while, having to run the last tournament and then worry about the next ones coming up and all this, I didn't really have any desire for tournament in the future. Maybe I was getting a little burned out or something.
Sure, I get that.
Might just be winter. But then going back today and looking at all the tournaments I ran, talking about them again, makes me just want to play them again. I love traveling. This is one of the few things that I can actually travel for. And it requires me to travel to go to these different places. And I have friends around the nation, so it's great.
Did you, do you know how many tournaments you played in last year?
I played in all of them.
All of them?
All the ones that I was at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know how many that was?
7?
Okay.
I think.
Which might have been the case, because you set out a few of them that we ran. No?
Don't think so.
You played enough of Wien?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hell, I don't remember.
Maybe. I don't know.
I went to 9 tournaments last year. Or I played in 9 tournaments.
Okay, then I must have played in 9 or 10.
Yeah. You probably have at least one
I didn't
more
really
than me.
count. So.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Doing these things for the Downies, I had a really good Blood Bowl year.
Yeah, you did.
Really good.
Started off strong, sort of. I did win a tournament, so that was good.
Right. No, that's awesome. I played 9 tournaments. I'm not a great player, so this is not me bragging. This is just me being surprised. Mm-hmm. Played 9 tournaments, 7 different races. I won 18 games, tied 7, lost 9. That's pretty good for me.
Yeah.
At those tournaments, out of 9 tournaments, I got an award of some sort in 8 of those 9. But one tournament, we had more awards than we had players. So yeah. I got 2 awards. So I got 9 awards in 9 tournaments, which is pretty amazing in itself, in some ways.
I'm pretty sure at Bugman's, I got an award for giving up the least number of casualties.
See, there you go.
If you want to call that an award.
That's the only award you got this last year?
Well, no, not all last year. I'm just saying, just because I got an award doesn't mean it's a good thing. I mean, it's...
Sure, I get that.
No, I won a freaking tournament. It's a major award. It said Fragile.
So, yeah, I finished. I got two first place, 1 second place, 1 third place, 2 most brutals, 1 stunty cut, and 2 best defenses.
Wow.
It's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy. I wasn't I didn't think I did that well in this year. And then I started looking at this stuff. I was like, I should be pretty happy. From March 13th, and I know these tournaments are scattered out. From March 13th to September 2nd, I went unbeaten. That's pretty cool.
I've gone undefeated since November.
So there you go.
At least.
Because you haven't played.
Mm-hmm.
In November. I know. I'm just saying.
No, I agree. I mean,
and then
really good.
I got third place in our Scars series, and I got the Stunty champion in the Scars series. So, like, a surprisingly well year. And now that I have these stats, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at my stats this coming year, and then I'm going to be disappointed when...
I didn't even think about looking at overall stats.
I just started kind of writing down, like, some of the Downies we had, like your personal achievements and stuff, and... one of the first things I was doing was after I did the 24, I was doing the races from the fluff. Like the Chaos Human team, the Good Chaos Pack team, the Time Lords, which was the mages, the Southstorm Squids, the Spiders, stuff like that, to achieve this prime number of 31 out of 31. So I could at least brag about something that's meaningless. So I was just started writing these things down, and once I started writing down the awards, I was like, holy crap, you had a good year, buddy. You should be really happy. So, anyways, I'm pretty happy.
I know I came in first, and I came in last. And I had a whole lot of middle.
I've never got a last place award. Still to this day. It's never going to happen.
You don't take fun teams.
Oh, I did. I take fun teams. I take Snotlings. And I tied
with 2-star players.
Cup. Yeah, well, you took a Lizard Man team
with not as good star players.
1-star player and a Croxagore. So I can't help that.
Yeah.
You could play with Grack and Crumbleberry now because they play for any team.
Well, for that price, I'm going to play him every tournament. Every tournament's just going to be Thralls, 1 Vampire, and those 2.
I wouldn't even bother with the 1 Vampire.
Yeah,
maybe 1.
Yeah,
that'll work.
Good for blitzing.
Wow, that's actually not a bad idea.
You're super cheap. You can probably get a halfling chef.
Anyways, a good 2016. We look forward to an even better 2017 with all this new blood, new tournaments, and new memories to create.
We can only hope.
That's right. Who's going to win a Downie for 2017? You don't know.
Neither do we.
You could be playing us, and you could achieve this Downie Award. Tim Lyons is listening going, I got a Downie for playing Scott up at 3-Die Brawl and tying. It's an honor. And Michael Lewis is going, I got a Downie for playing Scott in that final game where he was a real dick.
Michael's going to want an actual certificate saying that he got a Downie.
Okay, I'm going to give him one.
He will be happy. Presented to this day to a brownstone for receiving a Downie.
All right, we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to come back with some tournament talk.
Okay, so this segment we're going to be talking about some tournament talk.
Yay!
Stuff coming up, and I guess what we're going to have to do now that we have batshit crazy rules coming out every week.
Oh, don't gripe.
All right, so first off, I got a gripe.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, we have to do this. So, in creating a tournament now...
Oh, well...
we have to put in the rules. Cards are not allowed. The head coach rule is not allowed. Yeah, unless you want to allow it. The referee rules are not allowed. Pitch rules are not allowed. What else is there?
Same thing with all the new star players.
We have to talk about which new star players are or are not allowed. Because, sure, I'll add Frankenstein. I'll add, those ones that came out initially. But I'm not adding the Crumbleberry and Grack. They're just broken. So now I've got to include all of this. Not to mention, if it's NAF approved, I also have to explain in the tournament pack, well, yes, I realize you have the rules and you know how piling on works. However, we're going to do a whole different rule for that. So just keep that on your plate.
So
I
you're
hate
saying
all of this.
The NAF is not accepting the new piling on rule?
Yeah, we've already gone over this.
Oh.
Yeah, they're requiring us to use the old rule. Straight up.
Oh, that's right.
And who knows what else will come down the line about the requirements. And I get that. It is what it is. Whatever. And I can't complain too much. But it's just, I have to put in my rules pack that the rules as of anything past Death Zone, I'm not allowing, basically.
Okay.
It's just annoying.
No, it is annoying.
Because I hate this so much. When I ran HeroClick events, I learned to the letter what the rules were, and I enforced them stringently. Now, I made up crazy scenarios left and right, but gameplay mechanics I knew to a T, and if there was a change to something, we went by the change, because if anybody played from anywhere else, came to our tournament, I wanted to make sure that we were playing by the same rules they were. And now, Blood Bowl, I've got to hope that all these people that come to a tournament have read through the rules pack, so I don't have that first round 5 people going, well, he's not letting me use cards. Well, he's not letting me use my snow pitch rules. I bought this star player specifically for these rules. I have my ref models. Why can't I use those? Here's my head coach. Do I get to use this? And maybe I'm being gripey, but this is a major concern to someone running a tournament. There's a tournament in San Antonio, first one that we've seen in that area.
Sure.
They don't know. I mean, people have asked, like, what rules are you running? And even then, they can say, oh, we're doing this. Well, obviously, this should be an easy-to-go-to document that says, these are the rules for a tournament. Use that. And we don't have that.
Well, we really even don't have that from Games Workshop.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Not even, like I said, a PDF.
Not even close.
That has all this stuff, like a comprehensive rules pack or something.
Right.
Even if it's by just the rules that they've released so far. And what do they call those other teams?
Teams of Lore?
Teams of Lore, or whatever. The ones that have all the other races that they haven't released yet.
Yeah.
I agree, because I created some rules. I told you the other day I have the Oklahoma rule packet done, and you said, no, you probably don't, because you got to add all this stuff. And I was like, come on, who's going to do that? And you're right. What if you have that one player?
No, I'm anal. I freely admit, I like to make sure that I have every scenario thought of and figured out, because I've been there, had to deal with people who try to, do anything. So if we leave off that, you can't use cards, well, someone's going to use cards, and then they're going to pick from the good deck, and someone else, you could be like, well, why don't you pick from that deck, because I picked from this deck. Okay, well, there you go.
It's possible. It has made running a smooth tournament way more difficult. I'll give you that. But we're gonna push through, Steve.
I know.
And we're gonna make this work. And the new Blood Bowl players are gonna hang out with us, and they're gonna say, like, these guys are cool, and we're somehow gonna make it.
Yeah.
I really would like to hear, if you're listening out there and you run a tournament or at a tournament and you have that one guy that shows up ready to play with cards, or a rule that was just in place from a White Dwarf magazine. I would love to hear that story. Right. And I'm being very serious. Not to badmouth the guy. I would just like to hear the story to know that, does this stuff exist? Because it has to happen somewhere.
I'm sure it does. And I just want to make sure that I'm prepared for all situations.
Right, because you don't want somebody driving in 2 hours and then them mad because...
The worst case scenario
there's a lot we can catch.
Yeah.
Should be able to catch when they make up their roster.
If they do that.
Well,
but if people don't go to tournaments often, they might just show up on the day of, and I have to try to approve it, and then it's like, hey, you can't do this, and they're getting upset. Now I have to make a whole new roster for them and print it off and all that.
That's true.
It's a whole bunch of maybe it might happen, but that's the world I live in. I want to make sure that those scenarios are taken care of.
I got you there, buddy.
So
we're going to make it.
I know.
This might be a stressful year.
Yeah.
But we're going to get through it.
But yes, please, if you do run a tournament and you have people question stuff like this, please let me know just so I can keep a tally and try to figure stuff out.
If you're coming to a tournament that I've made up the rules, you better just ask me lots of questions, because if Steve doesn't proofread it, I'm probably not going to catch it.
Yeah. I mean, Speaking of, so let's get to a happier note. 2017, that means we got...
Kicks off a new season of Scars, right?
Third season of Scars.
Third season of Scars.
I think we had 6 tournaments the first year.
Which, if you are a new listener, that is the Southern
Central Americal area. No.
You don't even know it.
I tried to find the A. It's Amorical.
Southern Central
Amorical
Regional Series.
Right.
So that is
an NAF-approved regional series.
Right. Up north, there's the GLAM, which is the Great Lakes Amorical Series or something. I don't remember.
And then out to the west is the West Coast Grand Prix.
Okay.
And they're the largest one. They have a big area and a lot of people, a lot of tournaments.
Cool.
Brian 2 runs that.
Awesome.
But yeah, so we're starting up. It's for our area, which is the southern part of America. Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, I guess Nebraska, Louisiana, Illinois, not Illinois, but Missouri, Colorado, Arkansas, etc.
It's a pretty big region right now.
It really is. And we've had a lot of interest, and the first one coming up is going to be the tournament you're running, Wizard Cup.
Yes, I was asked by the store to try to do a little pickup tournament, cheap entry fee just to try to get the new players in. Maybe they don't know if they want to play the league yet, but maybe they'll come out to a tournament for a one-day event. So it's a 3-round tournament coming up on January 21st. It's going to be the first, right, in the Scars?
Yeah.
And it's just $5. All the prizes are certificates. Honestly, I expect us to get 10 to 12 people. Maybe we might get a few more. I mean, it starts early enough where if you live in the Texas area, you could drive up for the day, have 3 rounds, and be able to drive back.
Yeah.
But it's really tailored to that new player and the old veteran players too. It's I believe it's on our Both Down website if you want to go look at the rules pack. But I believe it's a 1.1 million build, and it's 5 skills. It's kind of a weird skill pack where you get 5 skills, and up to 3 of those can be the double skills. So if you're playing a stunty team and you want some block, it's not going to cost you any more than if you were playing a dwarf team and you play with your 3 guards and 2 blocks on your runners.
Right.
And really, game-wise, I already had somebody ask and say, like, isn't that kind of unbalanced thing if you take 3 doubles and I don't? Yeah, but if we were sitting down in a league at the store and you were 30K above me, there's no inducements.
No.
So it's close enough. So we're just going to run with that. That way it shouldn't confuse anybody. Some of the new players should be able to easily build like a human team with an ogre or even maybe use a star player like Zug or somebody and still have some fun and they can just pick their skills and move on.
Okay.
So, nothing greatly strange about that. But very basic. Should be fun. It's cheap. You're never going to find a tournament for $5.
Yeah, this will be the last one we run.
Well, the store specifically asked me to do that. So, it will be fun. If you're coming out, we should have some Both Down swag on sale if you'd like to buy a T-shirt or dice or anything like that. But normally tournaments have special dice and stuff. We're not doing that for this one. It's just $5. Come and have fun. I'm sure we'll go out to eat afterwards or maybe even middle of the day. No? Steve's saying no.
We have a place to be later that night.
You keep thinking that's on Saturday, buddy. That's on a Friday.
It is not.
Okay.
It's on the 21st.
No, it's on the 20th. But anyways.
Hey, we have a work party on the 21st.
Yeah, because they can't do a Christmas party because for some reason that offends people. So there's a party.
The reason's logic, but that's fine.
Okay. Anyways.
So the second in the tournament, or series, I guess, is Winter's War in Austin. So the exact opposite of your tournament. That's the February 4th, and that's going to be a crazy tournament.
This is put down by the guys who, if you listen to the podcast, Both Down, or not Both Down.
Yes, it's put down with those Both Down guys.
It's not the Both Down guys.
2 dice uphill?
2 dice uphill guys.
Yeah. So it would be a lot of fun. It's really crazy rules. I mean, it is.
I'm going to be frank and honest and say I don't think it would be a lot of fun.
It'd be fun to watch people play it. I wonder if
there's a lot going on in this tournament.
Yes.
I think the potential for fun is there. Just like there's the Underworld Cup that's right up north, which has like a lot of rules and you add a lot of skills. It scares the crap out of me.
Here's my main thing. People don't get this about me in Blood Bowl. I don't play Blood Bowl to think, ever.
Well, I know that.
I don't like to think ahead on my moves. I like to look at the board and then figure it out. You know, I might look a play ahead, like, oh, if I do this, maybe I'll do that. Generally, I'm goofing off, and then when I look at the board, I'm making my decision, and then I'm going with it. So all these people are like, well, what do I do for this skill? What do I do for this? I don't know. I do not know.
You're one of those guys where I'll go like, why don't you switch this skill out and this switch out? And you're like, no, I want to keep it simple. So
yeah,
I'm going to play with 2 sure hands and 4 block, and we'll just keep it at that.
Yeah, I love that.
And it's like, okay, bud.
It doesn't confuse me at all.
Sure, I get it.
So the draft, this type of tournament, Underworld Cup, all of that blows my mind.
Yeah, it's a lot of skills. Mm-hmm. Somebody's going to love it.
No, some people really do.
But that's going on when? February
4th.
February 4th. Wow.
I think Darren will do great. I mean, he's really gung-ho about it, and he really wants to do something different, and it's different.
Yeah, they got awards for like
for
fluff and all that stuff. So
I'm sure it'll be a good time for everybody who goes.
No matter what happens, just learn from it. Listen to your players and learn from it. You got to just run tournaments to...
Driving to Austin in February, probably not the best idea.
They got a big community down there in Texas, though.
I know.
They'll probably have plenty of players.
Ice-wise, if we have problems.
Oh, yeah.
Then after that, Oklahoma and Spiky Cup are March 18th and 19th, I believe.
That is correct.
We have the website updated that you can register. We have not, at this time, updated the fluff on the site. Yeah, we'll need to get that corrected.
Yeah, the fluff and the rules. The rules are done. We just got to add all these little details like Steve was saying.
Right.
The dice are designed. They're ready to go out to the printers.
I have stuff in the works for giveaways. Nothing is completely finalized, but there should be some cool stuff.
Well,
I don't think there's going to be a figure because I just don't think that's going to materialize in time.
One, there's not enough time, and
a lot of people have been busy with a lot of stuff.
I'm kind of setting things up for maybe next year on a figure anyways.
Cool.
So with the fluff. So to get into the fluff of the tournament, last year was the biggest Oklahoma Bowl like Steve was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
With 40 plus people. And so the stakes are high. Every year at Oklahoma Bowl, besides the kind of crazy weather chart, we've always offered Cromnar Dung to play for any team. And then we opened it up to all the what we call the green skin star players. And last year I gave a discounted rate on them because it was the fifth time that they were available.
They were willing to take less money for the prestige of playing in the game.
So this year, the green skin star players, who beforehand were cheaper and came with fan favorite, decided they're not going to play for less money. So they're regular star players. So now if you want a Ripper, you can take him on your Goblin team. He just won't come with fan favorite. Okay. He's the real cost. So what the tournament organizer has done is he's brought back the Forgotten Five. And the Forgotten Five, if you played 2nd edition Blood Bowl, the gouge die, it was Ver Goldtur and 5 other orcs. There was, in that book of the Star Player book, the Reekland Reavers, and the gouge die had 6 star players.
Okay.
Which were amazing because they were the teams to look out for.
Yeah.
So what this... I'm saying the tournament organizer has done is he's used. I
haven't even looked at the rules.
Through the power of magic, has went back in a time warp and he's grabbed the Forgotten Five, these legendary gouge die players, and he's decided to bring them into the present time for you to take them. They all have the fan favorite skill, and they're all available for you to play on any team. In addition, Crom is kind of stupid. Plus, we gave you a miniature last year, so we'd like to see those miniatures come back. But Crom's kind of stupid, and he loves to play for the game. He will also be available. So there's 6 orcs that can be played on any team with the fan favorite skill. Steve has not seen these yet, but they all have distinct kind of... They all They all are also at a kind of a discounted rate. I just priced them just as they were. Like, so if I built a blitzer with this extra skill, and then I took 20% off like I did last year with the Greenskin Star players, and that's what they'll be available for. So that is the fluff. He couldn't get the regular Star players to play cheap, so he just took a wizard, went back in time. Everybody knows about Ver Golchur. He doesn't. Nobody remembers the other 5 guys. So the forgotten 5 are back.
So let's get in a time machine ourselves and go back to, I don't know, maybe, what was it, April, May of last year before Emerald City Cup.
Okay.
And I believe you were creating your team for the Emerald City Cup, and something along the lines of, I can't believe they have so many star players. This is annoying for me to try to figure out what to take.
That was not Emerald. Oh, it was Emerald City.
And how many star players did they have at Emerald City Cup?
I think 4.
And how many special star players do you have at your tournament?
I have 5. 6.
There you go.
Yeah, well, hey.
Okay, we'll get back in the time machine, come back to the present, and that's fine. I just wanted to check.
Yeah.
It's
different when I do it.
Okay. That's all I needed to hear.
Duh.
See,
this is a both down podcast. You think I'm going to come on here and say, like, this is wrong with me?
True.
Actually, I've wanted to do this with the gouged eye thing for a while.
Yeah,
and every year I've decided not to do it. So this is the year to try it.
Okay. Well, Spiky Cup.
It fits the whole theme. And
yeah.
It's the 6th Oklahoma Bowl. Originally, I was going to have Ver Golchur as one of them, but not Crom. But since we did the miniature last year, see, I've been saving this for 6 anyways. Yeah. For the 6-star players, but since we had the Crom miniature, we have to let people play with that.
Absolutely.
That miniature's too awesome.
Yeah.
And Crom's kind of, we didn't create him, but he's a part of Oklahoma Bowl more than anything.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's been around since the beginning, so he's back.
Extreme probably hates us, but yeah.
I think it should be an honor.
I'm sure he's glad he has the figure, though.
Yeah, I bet he is. It's going to be on his new orc team because I've seen the models he's using. So he should be very happy.
Spiky Cup, being the 5th anniversary, they're bringing out the fancy dress. So when you look at the rules, there's no special kickoff table. There's no special weather. It's just kind of a regular build. You might have a little bit more money than normal, and you can probably put as many skills on anyone you want. But
whoa! Let's take a time machine back about 15 minutes, 20 minutes ago, maybe 5 minutes ago, when we were talking about Winter War and how it's so confusing to have a lot of skills on a player. But you're going to do that with Spiky, so that's okay.
I'm also running Spiky, not playing in it.
But that's okay. Oh, okay. I was just making sure. Oh, yeah. All right, now we can come back out of that time machine.
We also say people enjoyed that. So
that's what they tell you.
But yeah, this year everybody's getting a hat.
A hat.
Each team gets a hat every round.
Okay.
Like a little top hat.
Oh, okay.
They get to put on one of the players.
And what does that do?
It will be determined by whatever top hat they get. I'm currently up to 143 different things.
This is worse than Skylanders.
I have a spreadsheet.
In Skylanders, you can get hats, and they do special
143
things.
currently different options that you can pull.
Oh, that sounds ridiculous.
It will be. But every round, you'll be able to get a brand new hat that'll have a brand new ability. Some will be great. Some will be stupid. Some will be fun. And some will be stupid. So.
All right. Hats off.
It'll be interesting.
To Spiky Cup, the craziest tournament ever. He's still doing all the crazy bonuses?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
of course, yeah.
All right.
That's Spiky Cup.
Sure. Why
as long as I can. I mean, the NAF decides to come out with some rule says it's not going to be allowed because I'm not giving first place to the most wins.
Oh, please don't even mention that.
Just saying.
Okay.
It may or not be NAF approved by the time it comes out.
Oh.
But we'll see.
All right, what's next? Do we
After
have anything?
that, we don't know. I know Emerald City is going to be doing theirs again. Probably Diablo doing theirs again.
Rock Cup will come out.
I would assume. Matt. I haven't heard from Matt in a while.
Oh, I'm
sure he's doing something.
Yeah, it's still kind of early for that.
It really is. I mean,
But we got the first 4 tournaments
Yeah.
set for Scars. January 21st, February 4th, and then March 18th and 19th.
Yeah.
So,
And the sooner you can register to that stuff, the better. As always, you can go to bothdown.com and register there, or oklahomabowl.com for Oklahoma. I did mention West Coast Grand Prix. Like I said, no matter what area you're in, more than likely there is a tournament series in that area. Just check the NAF.
if you don't check the NAF and you want to just know who to contact, you can message us. We'll help you out.
I'll just have to go to NAF for you, lazy ass.
But see, you're the only guy who answers our Both Down site, so I'm not really worried about it.
There's a couple emails in there for you.
Oh, great.
So West Coast Grand Prix, Brian 2 runs that. He wanted me to give them a shout out. This isn't tech. I guess I could say those shout outs, couldn't I?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, but I was going to let you roll with it.
I mean, it's tournament related.
Sure, go for it.
Sure, yeah. They are the largest region of all tournament series, includes the Southwest U.S., Northwest U.S., and Western Canada. You can find them on the NAF, and we'll have links to that and their webpage on the bothdown.com. You can also go to fabbl.net/WCQuake/WCGP.html. There's going to be a ton of tournaments, and they plan on at least 1 to 2 a month in some part of the region.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's impressive.
That is impressive.
And then the only one I know, probably the first, I don't know if it's the first one, but they'll be doing the 6th annual Rocky Mountain Rampage tournament on Saturday, April 8th at Blackfire Games in Pleasant Grove, Utah. And you can go to RockyMountainRampage.com for that.
Ooh, neat.
But Brian, too, is a damn good coach. And
yeah, if he comes to Oklahoma Bowl again, there'll be a special prize for whoever beats him.
Yeah, we had that last year, too, and nobody claimed it.
Yeah, but we still...
But he didn't win.
But he didn't win, but we'll still have a special prize for the bounty of Brian, too. Now, he could screw us all by, taking a stunty team and not winning, but he doesn't have that in him.
He would still win.
He doesn't have it in him. I mean, to throw games.
Oh, yeah, no,
he doesn't have that in him.
No.
So, yeah,
if he does, it's going to be like, he's going to be like, I changed my NAF name to Grather. Grather? Yeah, I just changed it.
Just for this one event.
Okay. Yeah, we go and look, and it's like just the 2 events that he loses.
Good stuff.
It's not a bad idea, actually. Have a stunty one.
Have a stunty profile only. That's what I should have took when I played my stunt leagues.
You want to keep track of stuff, but not on your main account.
I had a winning record with them before.
Yeah. Sucks to be you.
I know.
So anything else about tournaments?
No, I'm ready to
think of anything.
I'm ready to get to tournaments. I'm hoping we're going to see that new blood.
Yeah,
from the new players, and
I'm looking forward to it.
My big worry about the new players, and this is probably everybody's big worry about new players, is just time. It's a different environment and time. Taking your turns in about a 5-minute span instead of 15 minutes. But
I will say our first league night, for the most part, we started I guess technically it started about 7:30ish after everybody ate pizza and talked and got set up. We were all out of there by 10:30.
That's good. That's pretty good for a first night.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, depends on who the players are.
And everybody will get better.
Yeah.
As time goes on.
Certainly.
So. All right, I think this wraps up our tournament talk here, and we'll come back with some shout-outs.
It's time for everybody's most hated part of the podcast.
Steve's wants for his Blood Bowl collection.
Steve's currently wanting, I guess,
shout-outs!
Oh, God damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody cares what Steve has to say.
No, you don't need anything. You're going to stop collecting?
Yeah. I can't say
Steve's
no.
got a new fetish.
Steve does.
So
Steve,
you know how we talked earlier about how Games Workshop might be losing out on some money by not having these things easy to acquire?
Where that money went.
So do I. Steve now, for some reason, he has a new mistress. A new mistress. and her name is Star Wars. And not only is her name Star Wars, but her name is Star Wars Pops and Animation. Because Steve is all over any Star Wars animation for the last 6 years.
Well, okay.
You're catching up on everything.
I'm catching up on Clone Wars, yes.
I understand. And now you're buying Pops like crazy. And every time he buys one, he's like, well, I can sell this one for this much.
I have been... Okay.
To your credit, you haven't gone on Facebook and said, I have this. What do you want for it?
That's true. So, I've always loved Star Wars. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars Rebels, the cartoon show.
Sure.
Absolutely love it.
Sure.
So, I had a gift certificate for Christmas. Had to go to Target because the gift certificate was Target.
And you know, like a normal 40-year-old guy, didn't buy like, I need some new socks.
No, I went to Toys. Screw you. Of course.
You got a lot of stuff for Christmas. I don't know if I'd be... Why do you need that stuff?
Why do I need anything?
I don't know.
It makes me feel better about the impending doom, I guess.
Doom.
So I was there, and they happened to have all 6 of the Star Wars Rebels Pops. I was like, okay.
So you're saying if there was only 2 of them there, there's no chance you bought them?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, that was the best thing ever for the economy of Moore, Oklahoma.
It's not far off. But yeah, they had all 6, so I bought them all.
You have about 50 now.
I do not. I have 30.
Oh, I should have known. You've kept track and the count of them.
You don't even want to know how much I've kept track. I have a spreadsheet.
Of course you do.
This is exactly how much I paid, plus 10% for like gas and stuff, and taxes.
So if you're a Pops collector out there and you have something that Steve might want, you might contact him. You might get Blood Bowl stuff out of it.
Steve has also been buying ones that are hard to find so that he can turn them around and sell them to fund the habit. And I like collecting.
Blood Bowl is giving you a hard time.
And I realized this the other day, why I'm enjoying this so much. Honestly,
it's new.
No, there's part of that, but also it's stuff that I can actually go out and find. I haven't had that since comic books, and I haven't had that since before eBay, kind of. Because even with comic books, I enjoyed going to the stores. I enjoyed finding stuff, and I enjoyed, completing my list. And then eBay came, and you can just, I finished my Green Lantern needs because the movie was coming out, and, everything was going to go sky high. But Blood Bowl, you can't do that. I can't go to any store and buy anything Blood Bowl. And I trade and sell stuff on Blood Bowl all the time, too.
I get that.
So it's been a lot of fun. But yeah.
I totally get that. I mean, I love board games and stuff, but I don't go to eBay for them. That's part of the reason, like, when we go to Blood Bowl tournaments, I love when they're hosted in a game shop with board games. Then I can look around and go, ooh, my store didn't order this.
See, and
maybe I need this or that.
That doesn't do me anything. I don't.
We're different. You're a toy guy.
Yeah.
And I like toys too, but I like to open mine, even though I know it crashes the value to nothing. I got Star Wars figures for Christmas in my stocking, and I opened them. Yeah. And honestly, it's not really to collect them. It's just to get them and play with the girls. But your Pops are driving me nuts because they're not open. I got a Pop for Christmas, and I opened mine.
They might get opened later when I have more room to display them.
Okay. Because
then you open them up, and you can turn the box sideways so it has a picture, and then you can put the Pop in front of it.
Oh, okay.
So they display well as they are now.
Okay.
But they don't have like anything on top that says you've opened it. So
this is the weirdest shout-outs ever. So shout-outs
to Funko and Star Wars Pops. Yeah, it's fun.
I got you.
Aside from that, that's it. So just wrap up. No. Wanted to give a shout-out to someone actually asking for a shout-out.
Well, hold on. I'm going to give a shout-out to Dustin, Dawn, Michael, David, Coy, Jeffrey.
Oh, okay.
Rod. These are all people not on a Blood Bowl team, even though that's what some people use, only first names on their Blood Bowl team. No, this is a shout-out to the guys who showed up for the first night at Wizards Asylum for the Central Oklahoma Blood Bowl League. It was nice to meet everybody. Glad you guys came out. I don't even know if you listened to the podcast, but you got a shout out.
We
so
know Jeffrey does. I was going to give him one.
Oh, okay. So we did it.
He's a fan.
Wow, we have one fan.
He should have actually come out and played the game.
The night he said, I'd rather play a game. I'll play a game.
It's not a big deal.
It's a big deal.
It's totally.
It's huge.
Deal.
It's so huge.
I hate him. But
we're gonna roll Shimbolia on Wednesday night.
Chris Lang from Wisconsin wanted me to mention that they're doing a tournament on February 25th at the gaming convention Fire and Ice. It's called the Fire and Dice Cup.
Ooh.
Get it? Fire and Dice Cup?
Ooh, Fire and Dice.
Cup. Dice Cup.
Dice Cup.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
Even better, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I do get it.
So,
Fire and Dice Cup. Yeah, I like that.
Dragon Fire and Dice Cup.
Ooh.
But yeah. So if you're in Wisconsin and that's a thing you can go to it. Should be fun. Other than that, Brian 2 and his Rocky Mountain Rampage. We talked about that.
Yep.
Shout out to all the tournament organizers of every tournament we went to or that we wanted to go to. Everybody we played.
What you're trying to say is congratulations to anybody or establishment or place or memory that received a Downie this year. Just
you know what else?
Congratulations.
Congratulations for surviving 2016.
Yeah, if you're still living and listening to this, you made it.
And if you're dead and listening to this, well, congratulations as well.
Good stuff.
Yeah. But I think that's it.
I think that's it. I don't have any shout-outs right now.
Feels like we should have more.
Well, that's because neither one of us researched this really well.
We do kind of suck at that sometimes.
Sometimes we do, but
we also have...
We'll catch up next episode. That's what it's for.
See. Grebo, Hungry Troll, Roll Jordan. Shout out all of these who've gotten back to me so far about stuff for Oklahoma Bowl.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we got some cool stuff coming.
Ooh, I wonder if the case place is going to do it.
I don't know.
Ooh.
I also messaged Battle Foam where they have the new laser cut things for the boxes.
Nice.
So that'd be nice.
Yeah, really cool. Great stuff. We look forward to hopefully seeing everybody at Wizard Cup if you can make it.
Yep.
And then look forward to hearing the stories about Winter War.
Yeah.
And then I really cannot wait for Oklahoma Bowl this year. It's going to be me and Drew's birthday weekend. And it's going to be a great time.
Steve's probably going to have to go to the doctor to get some anxiety medicine before he can enjoy that weekend.
Why? It's just going to be crazy. You think we're going to get a Canadian this year?
We're getting at least one Chicagoan.
Ooh. Who's that?
Shout out to Spencer Stevens.
Spencer Stevens is coming this year?
Weekend before. He's got an amazing wife, apparently. Because it's the weekend before
maybe I should meet her.
Adepticon.
Did I say meet or eat?
Either way works.
Whatever.
But
no, that's cool.
He should be coming, and who knows else. If you do plan to come to Oklahoma Bowl,
well, that means the Best Painted
oklahomabowl.com.
Award will probably go to Spencer Stevens. So you better bring your A game.
That's for sure.
Because if he paints his own team that he plays, you guys are possibly in trouble.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's not Best Painted. It's just MVP, like best team thing.
Still, that best painting job goes a long way.
You're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have some good painters this year then.
Yeah.
Dustin and Nathan down there in Texas, because he paints all their teams.
Hopefully Nathan comes. Nathan, if you're listening, come.
No matter what, we're going to see all his teams.
We will see his teams, yes.
So, yeah, we're going to have some really good painters.
But yeah, if you're at all interested, please go early to sign up. It gives me the money to buy stuff for prizes and everything.
More pops.
I can find a pop to give away as a prize.
Oh, we should take one out of the package, Steve. Put some green stuff on it, then primer it, and then repaint it. That kills you knowing that it'd be open.
So let's come back to that later. That's actually kind of a cool idea.
All right. I think that wraps it up for episode 64.
If you're a new listener, thank you very much. We did not check iTunes. That's what it was.
I know that. That's why I said we did not research this like we should have.
Sorry, people. We'll do that next time.
And I was trying to get up from the studio, and you said, no, let's just power through this.
You did not.
I wasn't going to get up for that reason.
Okay.
But no, we need to. If you're out there listening and you're a first-time listener, give us a rating on iTunes. We will read those back.
Right.
I promise.
Even if we forget. 24. How's your weight loss going?
24.
The road to get fit for life.
All right. So
we forgot to mention this last couple times.
We will wrap this up with this. So last year I started the hashtag to get fit for life.
Yes.
So it's like kind of a double meaning, sort of. The 24 for Blood Bowl. It's really for us fat guys to stop being fat and try to live longer so we can play more Blood Bowl.
We've gotten a lot of positive responses. A lot of people are joining you in your quest to do that, me included.
So right before Thanksgiving, I was just below 240. I went ahead and had Thanksgiving food and everything else, and then for the whole month from Thanksgiving through Christmas, I pretty much ate what I wanted.
Yeah.
I probably had more fast food in that month time than I had in the previous 4 months.
Easily. Yeah.
There was just so many little Christmas parties, and frankly, it was just, there's free food everywhere, here or there. I didn't super overeat, but at the same time, I did gain about 8 pounds by eating crap, and it was so cold, it was hard to exercise.
Yeah, but only 8 pounds isn't bad.
For no exercise.
Yeah.
I ran once during the week of Thanksgiving. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I ran 0 times. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you brought this up. Since Christmas, I weighed tonight, which you always weigh heavier at night than you do in the morning. I weighed 243, so I've lost 5 pounds. I really got on it this week. I tried not to eat crap right after from Christmas to New Year's, but New Year's night I ate what I wanted and everything else. So I've been really trying to work on it this week. Since Christmas though, I've ran 1, 2, 3, 4 tonight's 5 times. I'm telling you what, people, if you stop exercising, you are killing yourself. I went from running a mile plus without stopping. Still hard for me. I'm a fat guy. I'm 42. Still pretty big. But I could run a mile plus without stopping, and then I would do another 1.5 miles of running, walking, till I get like 2.5 miles. The first time back, I ran a 1/4 mile before I had to stop. I was so tired. Since then, like today when I ran, I went 66% of the mile before I stopped. So I'm improving a little bit each time. Out of the 5 times, you just got to find time to force yourself to work. To work out, because like today, I had to stay a little bit after work. So I took my stuff with me. Before I left work, I changed into my stuff, and I just ran in the parking lot at work, because by the time I was going to get to the park, it was going to be colder and darker, and it's pretty damn cold. So, but for Christmas, I got some running pants.
I was just going to ask about your shoes.
I got some running gloves, which I don't know. Maybe they're not made for 20-degree weather, but they're probably made for like 40, 50-degree weather. And I got some new shoes for Christmas. My parents were begging me what I want for Christmas. I'm like, I don't need anything. And they said, we're going to get you something either way, so you better decide. So I was like, I guess shoes. And we went out, and I got my feet fitted and measured. And they measured my arches, this and that, at this specialty store. And the shoes were like $150, which I was like, I can't even ask for these. But my goofy parents said, well, we'll just take them. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what I was looking for. There were some New Balance shoes. And
amazing, aren't they?
Well, I've always tend to buy New Balance shoes anyways. Okay. They have those numbers. I guess the higher the number, the better it is for your foot. Like if you get a New Balance shoe that's like 520, that's a so-and-so, something idea. For your arch or something like that. There's something in those numbers.
Okay.
These running shoes are like 1,500 or whatever this thing is. When I ran before, Steve, even if I just ran a mile or whatever, I would, after the adrenaline, a lot of times my foot would hurt the whole time running. And then afterwards, after the adrenaline went down, I'd walk around the house like a peg-leg pirate. Mm-hmm. Where my heel spur is. So either during that month off, my heel spur magically is healed some, which I don't think, it got ground down or something, I don't think, or the new shoes work amazing because I ran tonight and my heel does not hurt. I mean, it's there, but it's 10% of the pain I had before.
And I know there's a lot of jokes about New Balance and middle-aged white guys, but there's a reason. It was about, God, what was it, 3-4 years? Probably 3 years ago when I started going to the gym, and then I stopped. But probably 4. Anyways, I could tell the difference because when I go to Texas Pinball Festival, I'm on my feet that whole festival, and I'm walking around for 10 hours a day playing pinball machines on hard carpet, at a convention hall for 10 hours a day, 3 days in a row, pretty much, plus hours here and there moving machines or helping out. One year, my feet killed me. Like, I was having to find places to sit. I couldn't do it. The next year, after I got my New Balance shoes, that again, I spent like $120. Your feet still get tired, but they're only tired for then. Before, I'd walk and my feet would kill me for a day after.
Right.
And now I wear those, and as soon as I fall asleep and wake up, it's like refreshed my feet mana.
And I know we're going long here, but
who cares? If you don't like this,
that's true.
Stop the episode.
When they fit my feet, or they measured my feet and stuff, the girl did. Normally if I'm buying my shoes, I'll do 11.5 in New Balance.
Yeah.
She gave me a 12, and I said, this feels like it's too big. And she went into like, you don't want them too tight because there's, if you use them a long time, there's like I guess a fungus that could build up in there from tight shoes.
Okay.
I don't know if it's true. This is what she said.
Sure it is.
She said you also want to give your foot a little bit of space for when you run. She gave me all these little reasons. So I thought, okay, we'll see. We kept the receipt, obviously, and no, they work amazing. So, matter of fact, the next time I buy shoes for just myself to leisurely walk around in, I think I'm going to try a 12 and just see how they feel normally.
Okay. So for anyone else out there who's joining the crusade to try and lose weight, keep at it. Yeah, I've given a lot of encouragement, and anytime you send us encouragement, it helps both of us because I haven't gotten to the gym, but I am watching what I eat mostly. I'm not eating great. I'm not going to lie that I am, but I'm not overeating. I'm not, gorging when I do eat. I just eat enough to get by,
Sure.
Scott had sausage balls last night. I had one, and I had a small piece of brownie. I didn't have, 5 sausage balls and 3 pieces of brownie. So that all's helping. I'm still down, 20 pounds, so I'm happy with that. But get some new shoes. If you have not gotten new shoes in a while, it's kind of like a bed. If you spend the money, you're going to see the return.
Yeah, that's true. And another tip, and it's an obvious tip, drink tons of water. And one of my old buddies from high school, I saw him on Facebook talking to another guy, and he was like, how do I get in shape? And, I gave him the speech of cut out the sugar, don't eat so much crap. And this other guy would mention, he's like, a gallon of water a day. So that's 5 32-ounce, things of water a day, which is hard to do, kind of. But it's doable. And you pee a lot. You're drinking healthier stuff, but you're just hydrating your body. So plenty of sleep, lots of hydrating your body. And then, like he goes, I eat clean 6 days of the week. And then usually on the weekend, I'll just pick a day and I'll eat whatever I want as much as I want. And it doesn't kill me.
And you don't have to be that rigid. Just do your best. That's the whole thing. Do 24% better than you used to do. That's better. But speaking of water.
Yeah, I've worked out like 5 times this year too already.
Nice.
So
I grew up, literally, I did not drink water growing up. I drank Dr. Pepper. From as long as I can remember, breakfast, Dr. Pepper, lunch, Dr. Pepper, dinner, Dr. Pepper. That was my life. So I never liked water. I'm not a huge fan of water, but one thing that really helps is if you find that you like bottled water, drink bottled water. That's fine. Get a filter for your house.
Keller sent us a thing, which I haven't passed on to you yet. Keller Reeves Keggy. There's a cup out there.
Oh, yeah, he sent that.
Where, if you drink the water in it, it like has the aroma of like a fruity flavor. So your brain thinks it's like a fruit flavored drink when it's not. It's just water.
And I like stuff like that. However,
I just wonder if it works.
Just coming from my background, drinking Dr. Pepper 30 years of my life, just drink water. Don't go to low fat. Don't go to 0 calorie with tons of sugar.
I agree with that.
If you're going to do something, just drink water. Get a filter for your system. Drink filtered water. It tastes a lot better, and you don't have to love it. You go out to eat. You want a soft drink? Have a soft drink. You're at home. Don't have a soft drink. Have water.
Well,
that's me.
Everybody struggles with that.
Absolutely,
I love sweet tea, but I tell you what, I would rather eat a candy bar where I feel like I'm eating something than drink all my calories where I don't have anything. So.
Oh, exactly. Morning is still my hardest.
And candy bars aren't really my deal either, but you get what I'm saying.
No, absolutely.
I'd rather have a big fat hamburger instead of, I had a 64-ounce sweet tea from Sonic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
A bunch of empty calories that way.
It is.
So.
And it's real easy just to switch off. And it's not as much fun, I get it, but,
Everybody can do it. I'm hoping that once it starts warming up, I'll get back to being able to run the whole. I can't believe I lost so much, though.
It's also winter.
I understand
winter
that.
Sucks.
Well, as somebody was telling me, they said, don't beat yourself up. You're fighting genetics, because genetics say when it gets colder, you pack on a little bit more weight.
Yeah.
So,
and you do less to conserve energy.
So.
And also, don't beat yourself up in general. If you're trying to do better, just keep trying to do better. This is why, some people are asking, well, shouldn't you have like whoever loses the most weight? No. I don't want to reward one person who lost the most weight. I want to reward everybody who's trying to do something better for themselves.
Yep. Have a bad day. Start over.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Just like this podcast.
Anyways,
start over right now.
there goes our high horse for this episode, but get fit for life. You guys can do it. 2017, make some changes. Don't make resolutions. Just set goals.
Yeah. I've never made a resolution in my life.
I think when I was younger, I thought I would try those things, and they never work. So
no.
They're stupid anyways. Just set different goals.
Yeah.
Anyways, hope to hear from everybody. Give us your feedback. Let us know what you think.
You can follow Both Down on Twitter at Both Down. You can follow Scott at Fat Finley, FATFINLEY, and Steve at Kilowog2814. If you want to know if your team name is Both Down approved, send a tweet to @BDapproved. If you'd like to email them, the email address is bothdownpodcasts@gmail.com. Or for more information, you can visit them at bothdown.com or at facebook.com/bothdown.
Good.
Took my pants off, and now my feet are cold.
Story of your life. It's your autobiography title.
That's true. I like to keep my socks on, getting it on.
Didn't need to know, and it's just wrong.
My feet get cold.
Then you're doing it wrong. Get them all up in there.
Oh.
You got it, yeah.
Give them the tauntaun?
Mm-hmm. Just crawl inside. You thought it smelled bad on the outside.
Wow.